or raw. Don't ignore what you hear. Listen to your body. It wants the best for you. So it's like our health is one of the main things and the messages that's been going around, or pretty much all the readings that I've been doing all week. And that is about putting yourself, first. It's so easy to pay attention to other things and other people, but Spirit keeps on saying, if without you, who's going to rule the kingdom? So, you're the queen and king of your own kingdom. So who's going to rule it if the king's down or the queen's down? So it's about you trying to be in control and take control of your your chariot, be in control of your life, be in center of it, connect to Creator and connect to Mother Earth and center yourself and focus on the things that you want for the future. To decide on, even to live. I know it sounds silly, but it's to decide to live, to decide to be in the present, to decide to take control of things. It is so important for you, so we've got feathers here. So Spirit's sort of like saying to us, we're hearing your prayers, we're hearing the messages because, birds are messages. And for you, it's sort of like trying to express yourself, take the decisions of the things that you want, leave the things that you don't need and put it aside, because sometimes the load becomes too heavy and it affects your health. So it's about you trying to make the decisions of the things that drain you and say, well, I want this or I don't want this. Everything's going to be the way that you want it to be, so long as you believe that you can actually have it. Believing that you can actually have it. Be decisive and just grow. Don't procrastinate about things, because the longer that you procrastinate about things, you actually stagnate everything. You just leave it sort of like, okay, why isn't anything moving? Well, have you shifted? Have you changed? Have you let go of things? Have you made a decision? So like even when you come to see me or any other reader, if you are so undecisive, or the person that you're asking about is completely undecisive, it's like not even the future. You can see that it's like, okay, well, they're going to take this turn. We can tell you, okay, well, they do love you and they do care about you, but the decision is pending because the person's just there waiting and on a turtle and not making any movements. So when it comes to you, you sort of like make a decision and make the energies move forward, shift it. I do feel that it's time for you to rest. I do feel it's time for you to take care of yourself, go and have a checkup, go and, have your rest. Try not to do things that stress you out anymore. Let go. Because the thing is that it doesn't matter what happens. Things that are destined for you, you will end up having it. Spirit just, if it's destiny for you to have, love, you're going to have it. If it's destined for you to be able to have that that money, you will have it. It doesn't matter which road you take, you will end up having it. So there's no wrong or right. So don't, be hard on yourself. I thank everyone for joining me, and I love doing these shows because I get to connect with so many people around everywhere. I'm in Australia. I'm in Sydney. Thank you so much for joining the show, and see everyone next week.
Hi, I'm Faye, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hi,
everyone. I'm Heather, and this is Psych and the City. I'm the Psych, Heather Albel, and the city is Hollywood, California. So excited to have you with me tonight because tonight is the new moon, new moon in Taurus. And I want to give a big, huge, loving hug and shout out, if you will, to my father, my dad, Gary Albel. It is his birthday on Friday. He's turning 69, and he's just the best guy ever. So happy birthday, Dad. I love you. And yeah, let's get to it. It is the Taurus new moon. So this is a very important new moon. The Taurus is represented by the garden, by Earth, by Mother Earth, by our seeds that we planted now becoming flowers. So what does that mean? Well, I feel like we've all been sort of planting seeds of intention, manifestation, wishes, if you will, things we've sort of been wanting to come to manifestation. But I feel like the last moon in Scorpio, the full moon, was kind of like the final straw. Like we kind of felt like, oh my God, what next? What's gonna happen now? It was like kind of an SH show for a lot of my clients. Everybody's saying, I'm having trouble here, this is happening, blah blah blah. With this beautiful new moon, all that is finally coming to an end, thank God. So we get to sort of experience new life. And we need to get back to the fact that this is about getting back to our core being, to essentially uh, bonding with the energy of life. And this new moon energy, of course, is about getting rid of that which no longer serves us. So it's about freedom, it's about rebellion, it's about standing in our power. So those things that we feel we would like to rebel against, it's time to do so. It's time to challenge the status quo, which is kind of exciting. So all you people out there who are sort of sick of this sort of Groundhog Day effect, it's time to stand in your power, move forward, and create a new life for yourself. So it's a powerful new move. Now, with Taurus energy, it's important to ground yourself in the earth and get clear on what you want. All right. So it's time to decide, what do I want? How do I get it here? And it will come fast at this point. Now we are getting results, which is super exciting. Okay. So we're rid of that Scorpio business. We're in Taurus, which is much more grounding, much more fulfilling and earthly. And also, you want to expand your consciousness, get your consciousness into the realm of the unlimited. Understand that your possibilities are unlimited. Okay. So believe, of course, I always say, believe you shall receive. Now, understand that this is important. An important lesson is, well, I had a client today who was basically telling me, I don't want this to happen. I don't want to get have this agent reject me. I don't want to have the wrong gig and do poorly at it. I don't want this. I don't want that. Well, when you're telling the universe what you don't want, the universe will reply and give you just that, because you are focusing on what you don't want, not what you want. Does that make sense? So instead of this woman telling me all the things she didn't want, I said, okay, stop, cancel, clear, delete, right? Let's talk about what you do want. You do want the perfect agent. So why don't we change that dialogue? I want the perfect agent. I want an amazing gig that shows off my talent, right? She's a beautiful actress. So, those are the things we should be putting out there. I want this. I am experiencing it now, not in the future. If we put it out of reach, you'll never receive it, right? So I want this now. I am experiencing this now. It is happening for me. I am in the right vibration. If you say, I don't want this to happen to me, then sorry, guys, it's going to manifest because you are putting that energy into what you don't want to happen. Okay. So just trust me on this. Don't focus on what you don't want to happen. Focus on what you want to happen. So that's something in the vibration that we have to get right during this time because it's a time of great manifestation. I want to show you this really cool gift I received from a client. It is the manifestation candle, right? So I encourage you guys during this time to get a white candle and make your wish. My husband just opened a can of soda. That is so funny. Uh, I always wonder if you guys can hear that. So he's trying to manifest a sip of Perrier right now. Anyway, so anyway, manifestation candle, a white candle. And what you want to do with this is symbolic of the virginity, the innocence, the pureness of this new life wish that you are creating. And I was honored that my client put so much care into this candle and put some herbs in there and put her magic in there and her ability to help manifest wishes. So, put maybe some beautiful herbs in there, some beautiful scents and things that make you happy, and then burn it for 3 to 5 days and continue to focus on your wish and focus on what you're trying to manifest. And it will be absolutely beautiful. So it's just one of those white candles from the 99-cent store, like a Mexican candle, one of those. Okay. Now, with the new moon, we want to manifest our wishes, as always. Um, I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about the fire ceremony because I had this beautiful fire ceremony with my girlfriends in order to manifest our dreams. And I suggest during this new moon, especially this one, to have a fire ceremony. Now, what is that? Well, a lot of you do know, and I don't want to be redundant, but I'll just explain my version of the fire ceremony and how to bring in this beautiful manifestation energy. So I want you to, if you have a fire pit, awesome. Maybe you're rich, or you just have a cool fire pit in your home. Otherwise, maybe you have a receptacle that you can put fire into. The flame retardant, it's a metal sort of uh, receptacle, something, right? If you don't, then a candle will work. Light a couple of those white candles. And then I want you to get some paper. And, construction paper and felt markers are fun. You can get those again at the 99-cent store. Don't spend too much money. And write on this paper the, the pain that is in your heart, the things you want to release, old habits, or things that are bringing you pain, uh, things that no longer serve you, as we always say. So write all this pain down on your paper. And then you can also draw pictures. Maybe draw pictures of an angry husband. You want him to stop being angry. You can draw pictures of your father who you no longer speak to. Maybe you're talking on the phone now or something like this. But it's important that you pour your heart out on the paper. And after that, you are going to roll it up tight like a cigarette or a cigar. And then you're going to burn it in the fire. And the point of that is you are releasing all this darkness, this negativity, the black spot that is on your heart. And you're saying to God, if you believe in God or the universe, that you are no longer accepting this in your heart, that you are saying goodbye to this negativity. Okay? Now, that's not the end. That's just the beginning. We're getting rid of the dark stuff first. what do you want to manifest? What wishes do you have for the gods and the universe? Um, it comes in the form of an arrow. This is sort of a Native American type ceremony that I'm telling you about. So in Native American culture, we take some sticks that we gather, bind them together, and we're making them in the form of what we call a spirit arrow. And now arrow is very beautiful metaphorically because the arrow is something that you have to pull back on. You have to go back in order to go forward, right? So in order to release the past, we have to go back into the past, right? So you go back into the past, you release the past, and it propels forward, and you propel forward. Okay, hope that makes sense. But anyway, we make our spirit arrows, and then with our spirit arrows, we decide what do we want to manifest? What do we want our future to look like? What do we want these things to be in our lives? And you tell the fire, I would like to become prosperous in my business. I would like to have happy, healthy children. Whatever these things are that you would like to manifest, and then you throw the spirit arrow into the fire. If you have a candle, I would just light it and watch it burn. But important to then do the opposite of what we did with paper, which was then getting rid of the negative. Now we're bringing in the positive with our arrow. Okay. Now, there are many other things you can do, many other elements of a fire ceremony, but that's kind of the cliff note. And at the same time, I want you to rejoice, celebrate that night, have good food, have good wine, talk to each other, rejoice, and help each other to heal. And that's what a fire ceremony is about. So if you ever wondered, or if you were too afraid to do something like that, that's what it's about, and it's absolutely beautiful. So shout out to my girlfriends. We had a great time, and that's what I would suggest for you. As far as this week's forecast, um, in the subject of love, now this is a good time to evaluate. Is your mate good for you? Okay, are they filling you up? Are they making you feel good, provided for? Are they making you feel supported emotionally? Or are they bringing you down? Okay, that's what Taurus energy is about. So evaluate. A good way to do it is to tune into your heart center. Does your heart feel funky, irritated, agitated, anxious when you think about your mate? Or does it feel warm and cozy and happy? Obviously, if it feels agitated, time to evaluate the relationship. If it feels good, continue forward and try to strengthen that relationship. Okay? So, evaluation time for relationships. If you're single, it's also a time of evaluation, but you want to evaluate what you're looking for, who you're looking for, what type of mate you want to attract, because a lot of you out there are just blindly searching, and that's going to wind up empty and more sex than true bonding. So write down a list of 25 qualities you would like in a mate, and it can be anything, like no futon or whatever it is. He likes to go to the movies like I do, or he has a cool car. It can be materialistic because you know this is not unspiritual to ask for abundance. Just make your list and fold it up tight, put it in your drawer next to your bedside, and watch these things manifest. Because again, Taurus is the time of manifestation of the seeds growing into a flower. So that's what's going on with love. With money, again, growth, 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 growth. So if you have investments, they should be growing. If you have a real estate, it's a good time to sell. If you have stock, it's a good time to hold on because they will increase. Okay. But with real estate, payoff should be right around now or over the next 3 months. Okay. Now, lastly, at work, this is a time of accolades, of people recognizing you, people loving you, of all these things coming through that you have been waiting for. So work is good too right now. Thank God for this new moon is all I have to say. It's gonna really replenish us, fix us up, and get us on the right track. Okay, guys. So I'm ready for a caller if we have one. Betty, are you there, Betty?
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I love Alabama. I visited there once, and it was so beautiful. So good. So many trees and
Oh,
delicious
yeah.
food. Delicious food
Yes, ma'am. There he is.
and nice people. So what can I do for you?
Well, I just wanted, I guess, um, on love, I guess, or general. It doesn't matter, really.
It doesn't matter. Well, love, I feel like is a dry spot. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
It's been dry for around 9 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I feel. So, okay. Now, I don't feel anything till around holiday time. Okay.
Okay.
So right now there's someone you have your eye on. Is that correct?
Well, no, not really. Not anything new. I guess I just haven't really let go of, what I had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah.
I
And
don't
that
want to
was
keep making the same mistake.
right. And was that a husband or a long?
Ma'am,
Was that it was?
it was what now?
Was it a long-term committed
Yes,
relationship
ma'am.
or a husband?
Yes, ma'am. It was a long term.
Right, because it feels like husband energy. And with that, I want you to do something, Betty. On this new moon, I want you to write him a letter. You're not going to send it to him, okay?
Okay.
But write him a letter and explain all the ways in which you miss him or he hurt you or you need to let go. And then
Okay.
I want you to burn that under the new moon because this is your way of saying goodbye and getting some closure and
Okay.
completing the cycle. Because what I'm
Yeah.
feeling is you need to let go of him in order to let in the new man. Okay?
Right. Okay. I definitely will.
Now,
Thank you.
the new man is during Christmas. Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because he is celebrating Christmas too, and you two run into each other. Okay?
Do it now.
Is there a little town near you that's like a bunch of shops,
Yes. Yes.
the shopping area?
Yes. There he is.
Because I see him in the shopping area running into you. Okay?
Oh, really?
With a friend that you know.
mm.
It's a lady friend.
Oh, really?
Why do you laugh?
I mean, because I can see that. I can see that.
And she introduces you, and it's on. Okay? So it's like you, when I say it's on, it's sort of slang for the fact that you two connect and the feeling is mutual almost immediately. So what I
Well,
feel is like all that holiday energy, the sparkling lights, the music, the smells of holiday, and then you two see each other and it's magic. Okay?
wow. Okay. That sounds
So
good.
what I want you to do in the meantime is work on yourself and work on getting rid of this past love energy and just getting
Okay.
yourself strong and happy and healthy
Right.
and fill yourself with self-love. There's a book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise L. Kay. You know it?
No, ma'am. I don't.
I want you to read this book, okay?
What's it called again?
You Can Heal Your Life by Louise L. Hay.
Okay.
That's going to get you in the right frame of mind.
Okay. All
Do you
right,
have
I
any
definitely
other
will.
questions?
No, ma'am, that was it, really.
Well, I think you're beautiful, and I love your style out there in Alabama. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You have a great night.
You too.
Okay. Now, just in these last minutes, I want to say, in honor of my dad, some of my favorite words of wisdom of his. The best one I ever heard. He's kind of like my shaman or my psychic, and the best thing he ever said to me is, "Don't do anything you don't want to do." And you guys, I want you to really think about that. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Okay, well, maybe we have to do taxes, okay? But other than that, when you are getting ready to embark on something, say you have to go to a party. Oh, it's your holiday party, whatever. But you really don't want to go. Ask yourself, why am I going? Why? I don't really like this guy. It's an obligatory party, and I have to show up. Why? Why do you have to show up? You don't. Okay? So we stretch ourselves thin over obligatory engagement, right, guys? Stop stretching yourself thin and doing all these things you don't want to do, okay? So my advice to you in the future, and especially with this new moon and connecting to the earth and connecting to what's real, is start asking yourself, do I want to do this? And if you don't, then don't, because it's not your authentic self. And when you're not embodying your authentic self, then it's just a game. It's just a bunch of BS, and you're not going to be happy, fulfilled, or spiritually connected to yourself. You're not going to feel good. And as you get older, I know my friends in their 20s, they're like, God, I have to do all this stuff. It doesn't work out. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a great rest of the night.
Welcome to Ren and Friends, Psychic Talk Radio. We've been playing a little bit with the equipment today. It's been interesting, to say the least. And I feel a little bit like Max Headroom, the old 80s TV show. So I'm not going to touch the camera anymore, Dave. I'm good. I'm good. Back away from the camera. As you well know, I have a voice for radio. And so I'm not used to being on camera. Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome to Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I'm your hostess, psychic medium, Mary Beth Wren. Reality is what you make it, so make sure you make it the very best. This is the show for you. So I take in your calls. Make sure you call 1-888-454-2751. Again, that's 1-888-454-2751. The reason I am... Okay, hold on a second. All righty. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Again, lovely thunderstorms in South Carolina and rolling through here in Kannapolis, North Carolina, where I broadcast. Hold on. My producer, Dave, just have to send a real quick message here, but Dave, I'm getting a report in from the chat room that's saying there is no sound in the on the audio. And I know I should type that in, so hold on, told you guys, I have a voice for radio. Okay. Okay. Well, Dave says we have it. And so Facebook says reach out. Arm wrestling. Oh, it's a streaming thing, he's saying. Okay. All right. But it'll be on the recording. So everybody in Facebook, listen in, I hope. Um, I'm doing what I can tonight. Well, let me give you a few things to contemplate and think about if you'd like to attend in the near future. But I've got some events coming up. And I'm going through my little message because Shelby's my assistant in the other room, and she's telling me about the event. I've got availabilities for July 28th in Davidson, North Carolina, but I think there's 50% of the room has been sold. June 23rd is already sold out. That's Davidson. Rockingham, North Carolina, July 14th is available. Oh, I should tell you what it is first. The messages from the other side gallery. And this is where I contact, or should I say, I connect into the spirit world and they talk to you. I don't run the show. You don't run the show. The spirit world runs the show. I'm just the messenger. And you'd be surprised on what comes through. It's all love. It's all good. And it's upbeat. The spirit world likes to remind you that you are surrounded in love all the time. Well, Dave, let's bring our first caller into the show. And he is typing in. We've got Beverly from New York. Beverly, welcome to Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. Why am I getting a deja vu like I just read you? Maybe there's other Beverlys, but just getting a warm, fuzzy feeling like I've just read you before. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. I'm nervous a little bit.
Okay, just breathe. Take it easy. This is all about you. You and about a million other of your new best friends. A little nervous, right?
Yeah.
What can I do for you this evening?
I was just wondering if my grandmother or anybody was going to come through tonight.
Okay. Well, like I explained to people, when I connect to the other side, you don't have to tell me whom you want to speak to. The spirit world will tell you who they want to speak to in the living. Okay. So I know you're saying your grandmother, but I noticed that as I'm focusing on your energy, what immediately strikes me is this brilliant color of red-orange. So red-orange in the physical realm of the auric field. I know that's an oxymoron. That's like saying military intelligence or sanitary landfill. So I'm talking about the physical of the non-physical. The bright orange energy color is what I see around people that may have headaches or migraines or ulcers. But for some reason, I want to say that there's a spirit to the other side that may have had liver issues. Now, whether that your grandmother had this problem, now I just am hearing the word Doug in my mind, D-O-U-G, Douglas, Doug. It's just coming in kind of strong. So look, if it's not a man's name, I could be looking at initials, Darlene, Georgia, DG, okay? But I'm feeling like I'm supposed to say Doug. Now, I've got to quiet my mind. And a lot of times I look away from the camera because it's an old habit. I don't like to look at the person I'm reading when I'm reading because I don't want to pick up off your emotional clues. So that's why I have a tendency to pull back. Okay. I'm still getting the word liver, pancreatus. I meant to say diabetes. It came out wrong. Pancreatitis, pancreatic. I feel like I've got a loved one who's died from internal liver, upper portion below where the stomach, or maybe the upper stomach. Not a doctor. So I'm seeing up here. Can you identify, or let me just ask you this question. Did your grandmother die from liver disease, pancreatic issues, diabetic issues? And it's okay if you say no. I'm going to stay with it.
I have no clue. It was just kind of like sudden.
Okay.
But I don't know any Doug or anybody that starts with a D.
DG. So that's why I said it could be Darlene G something. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. I'm still picking up on a person who's died from a liver problem. And I feel like it could be, it feels like it's the liver cancer. Okay. So open up your mind beyond your grandmother, okay? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is connected to your mom's side of the family. I'm getting, I'm not, it's not coming off, it's not leaving the DG. It could be a name of a city. Douglasville, that's Georgia. I'm obsessed on Georgia tonight. So maybe I'm somebody from Georgia. I wish I could say I'm getting a message, but I'm not. So Beverly, can I switch the energy, my attention back to just you and not the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Still picking up on an orange color. That's public speaking. It's also the color of working well under pressure. Okay. I'm also getting the impression, I'm just using some tarot cards tonight just to help me focus in. I feel like I'm seeing a change of job, but I feel like it's politically oriented. Look, when I see orange in a person's aura field, it's a person, you work extremely well under pressure, and you are also outspoken, and you're passionate about what you do. The thing is, yeah, I'm getting the sense that when it comes to your job, you may be choosing to look for another job or not liking the politics at your job. Okay. I'm wondering if this has already just happened, but I'm feeling a change of job, not for financial reasons, but for political or people reasons. Now, I keep getting the impression like there was, at one time you may have been in the medical field, but your energy reminds me of being more in the lawyer, paralegal field. I don't know why I'm saying this. I know I feel like I'm going over the map today, but I'm sensing a job change for you in a matter of, I know that sounds really fast, but in a matter of 3 months, I'm seeing job changes because of political issues at your job. Okay?
I don't work.
What do you do?
I stay
Are you
home.
disabled?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
I'm seeing work. Do you do any type of volunteer work? I'm seeing work.
No, not at all.
Okay. It's not moving. It's telling me work. It feels like it's political, and I feel like an increase of job. So, Beverly, I know it sounds like I completely missed the ball on this one, but all I can say for you is give it another shot or call back when the other psychics are on. I want to give you the best of my ability, but for some reason, it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm still convinced you're working in the paralegal field. Yeah.
No, but I'm planning on moving. So when you said in the next 3 months, that was one of the questions I was going to ask was, when would I be moving? And if I should move, and then you said that something would be changing in the next 3 months.
When you move, I still feel like there's some kind of I keep saying political disagreement. I'm feeling that there's a disagreement between family members, friends, relationships, that somebody may not want you to move, or that there could be an issue that if you move, maybe the disability changes. And maybe that's why I'm seeing paralegal to you. If you're not working, so you're not on disability, you're just, for your circumstances, You're staying at home, correct? Right?
Yes, but I'm going to be filing for disability very soon.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thanks for clearing this up. Because I was ready to back off and say, okay, I just completely struck out today. But I'm seeing paralegal, legal issues. So I feel like you're going to be your own what do they call those quarterbacks? Armchair quarterbacks? Or your own legal defense, if you will, helping out the lawyer that helps you with disability. It looks like to me it's in 3 months. And that's why I was wondering if you worked at a medical office and you were going to quit that. That's when the
now
medium.
it makes sense.
Okay. Because, sometimes the medium overinterprets signals. So that's why I say a cigar is just a cigar. And that's when the medium should just back up and say what you see and you figure it out. I talk with my hands a lot. You think I'm Italian tonight. Anyway, 3 months. You're going to have to battle like crazy for your disability. And isn't it on the average that if you apply for disability once, you get turned down and you got to go back? It might be one of those deals. I hear Albany, New York, and I don't know where in New York you're living. So I wonder if that means you have to hightail it to the capital. And I also
I'm not that far from there.
Oh, thank God. Imagine being in the city and having to go to Albany just for your disability. And I know this sounds completely out of left field, but I've been feeling like I was out of left field. There's something about a baby with you, like an infant baby, and it could be a niece, a nephew. It could be that you're taking care of a child's child. I'm not sensing you're pregnant, but I am feeling that there's going to be a baby around you from maybe a child of yours. Does that make sense?
Well, my baby is just turned 6, but she doesn't live with me.
All right. I am seeing.
But when I move, then she will be living with me.
Well, good. Okay, good. Because do you foster?
No.
Seeing other. Okay. I'm seeing other kids. Look, maybe with your disability, you will have time to do guardian ad litem. I may have said that a little backwards or wrong, but that means you go to court and you represent children who need a voice in court. Beverly, I have a strong sense that your disability may lead to another career, and it may be in the legal field. Look, God has a really great sense of humor, and I'm feeling a tremendous amount of success for you once the move takes place. Thank you so much for translating these visions I was seeing, because it was not making sense to me at first. So I really appreciate your input.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you please keep in touch and call the station back or call my show back? 1-888. And I just blanked. 454-2751. Good thing I didn't call the wrong call letters. David had my head on a platter. But
okay, I'm sorry.
It's 1-888-454-2751. And if you want to reach out to me personally, then just call out to www. You see my name on the graphics there? Mary Beth Wren. Just take out the spaces. Mary Beth Wren, WRENN, like the bird with 2 N's, like, wings.com.
Mary Beth what?
Wren, like the bird. Or I used to say like Ren and Stimpy, but that's old. WRENN. It's English W, but the W is silent. So it's WRENN. Best thing to do, Google my name. You'll find me. I've been on a gazillion different radio shows, a lot of FM stations. But thank you, Beverly, for calling, and I hope you don't feel so nervous anymore. Okay, let me take a deep breath. It's always important to breathe, no matter what. Of course, that doesn't make sense because if you don't breathe, you die. So you got to breathe. All right, welcome to the Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I'm speaking with Debbie from Canada. Hello and welcome. What can I do for you
Thank
tonight?
you. Hi, I'm just wondering if you could give me a general of my
I
life.
love it. Terrific. I love your energy field. You have a beautiful pink, almost magenta aura. A pink aura is a person who's sensitive to crowds, a very empathic, a person who may be drawn to the medical field or helping people or some sort of nurturing. It's also a color I see around mom who may have children who have high needs, such as children who might be autistic or a person who might be maybe even relationships with high maintenance. Just letting you know, but you have a tendency to draw those people in. Now, write the name Robert down on a piece of paper. The name comes through for some reason. So I think I'm picking it up as a husband energy or a name that's a serious relationship name. I'm not reading the cards yet. I just am reading your energy. Do you know?
No. Close.
I don't.
Boyfriend's name is Bryce.
Okay, I'm sorry to have walked on your conversation. Debbie, can you say your boyfriend's name again, please?
Bryce.
Oh, Bryce.
Yes.
I was hearing it as Robert or Bob. Okay. So, look, if you ever get lottery numbers from moi, do not play it straight. Play it boxed and tripled straight. So if I'm seeing numbers, you better be switching them around. And then if you can see in the Mega Ball numbers, well, just play. I shouldn't be promoting lottery, but if you do, don't forget to tithe to the church or your faith or belief and support somebody in your good graces. All righty. So I've got 5 minutes. Let me get focused on you. Okay. I got this baby thing going on tonight because I'm picking up babies again. This time I'm feeling it's more toward you. The previous the previous reading, I felt like I was talking about children around her. But I'm feeling with you, I'm feeling children coming. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Debbie, are you pregnant?
I could be, yep.
No wonder you're pink. Congratulations. That doesn't mean you might have a girl. Just pink just says you're pregnant. Okay. So, congratulations. I feel like I've got baby vibes tonight. Not that I'm pregnant. Hello. If that were the case, it'd be Guinness Book of World Records. Alrighty. The name is Edie. Edie. I said that earlier today in a reading. She didn't get it. I'm getting it again. I think.
No. I recently lost my daughter. Her name was Zoe.
Zoe?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Honey, look, I have no way of proving this. And I know where there's a lot of sensitives are going to go. But I have a strong feeling that Zoe is a reincarnation coming through your next baby. Can't prove it, but I am being made to feel comforted for you.
Yeah.
Hello. I still keep hitting the word Edie, Eddie, Edward. I know Dave, my producer in the background, is going, 2 minutes, got to wrap up. So I'm going to have to wrap because, well, welcome to Radio World. But I'm seeing a healthy baby. You're so pink. Maybe it is a girl. Then again, that's a 50-50. You're better off playing lottery with me. I know. I was just saying. But I feel a really, really good feeling. And by the way, tell Bryce he's going to be a fantastic dad. He's been super nervous, and I can feel his vibe from here. But he's going to be spoiled rotten, or he's going to spoil her rotten. Congratulations, you two. Thank you for calling the show, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Call me back. Send pictures, baby pictures or whatever. You can reach me at www.marybethwren.com. Just take my name and .com it. In fact, there it is on the graphics right there, marybethwren.com. So, Debbie, thank you so much for calling the show tonight. And I look forward to hearing. You're welcome. And everybody, thank you for listening to Wren and Friends, Psychic Talk Radio. Just remember, reality is what you make it. So make sure you make it the very best. And I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful week.
I am Power. And yes, of course, I am actually in the car. And I'm sorry, but I would love to do my show today because I know that maybe there is all tons of you guys that waiting for my show and looking for a spiritual answer. So let's just go for that. So before I start, or before I take any callers, I would love to talk about confidence. And I would love to talk about how to build and how to boost it. All you need to do is just trust yourself and feel good about yourself. If you blame yourself, if you feel that you're not good looking, if you feel that you're not actually good enough or fair enough, then nothing will actually change and challenge you. But if you really think that you can do it, if you feel that you are the person that you always wanted to be, if you believe in yourself as much as you could and feel, then everything is possible. And remember one thing, which is a very important thing, is it's like the universe and how to connect with the universe. How the universe and the energies of universe will actually boost your confidence. It's very, very easy. So always ask and receive. When you are going to some party and trying to compare yourself with others, when you are trying to feel that others is prettier than you, you're not good looking, you kind of look fat, oh, I'm this, I'm that, you're not going to make yourself. So that's why I want you to stop comparing yourself with others. That's the first thing that I want to do. Again, if you want to lose weight or doing something, I wanted you to ask the universe. Of course, you guys are going to say, oh my God, is it possible? Well, in order to kind of be in a position to lose weight, that maybe I need to have some sort of, like a program, like a nutrition program, like having someone around me, having a trainer. No, that's not true. Well, the truth is, yes, of course, you are going to go to that road and that path, but good news, when you that's why the universe imagine you start to feel and believe that you reach the number that you want to reach when you want to lose weight. So it's anything. It's not just losing weight. That's like whatever you are going to do, wherever you're going to do, it doesn't matter. So what the matter is that you have to believe and you start asking where, how, when. Just ask and receive. This is what I wanted you to do from now on. So, and number two, try to not compare yourself with others, because when you are comparing yourself with others, you feel lost. So I have Samantha. Hello, Samantha. How are you doing? As you see, I'm actually sitting in the car, and I'm not driving, sure. And I'm completely open to all the spiritual, questions. So please now give me your date of birth, and now tell me about your question. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Hi, my date of birth is 9/14/1988, and my question is.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I can't. No, and my question is a fertility question. I was wondering if you see a child for me.
Okay, so the first things, that come to my mind and to my vision directly when you are talking about a baby and also the pregnancy that could actually went very nicely and successfully done, I would say that yes, I see that. And what I feel and sense as the energies right now, as I can really kind of like feeling and sensing in the moment, around the month of July. So I feel what's going to be summer is a summertime. July 23rd, July 25th, that is actually the vision of the number that come to my mind right now, until the August 17th. So July 23rd, July 25th, until the August 17th, that I can see you are successfully going to passing whatsoever you are trying to do to get your baby. What I feel and sense is a baby boy, healthy and beautiful, and it will be completely go everything successfully in the way that goes. So that's why I feel like all you need to do is just stop thinking and feeling about and concentrating about like if it's gonna happen, I don't know, I'm nervous, I don't know if it's gonna
Yeah.
Just go for it. Stop even asking yourself too many and too much questions, because by asking yourself too many questions, the only thing that's going to happen is just going to make you to be more, uncomfortable, disappointed, and kind of like sad about situation. So all I wanted you to do from now on is just think positive. Feel your baby boy. Feel that everything will go exactly the way as you and your partner want. And I wanted you to focus on something positive. Every time when some negativity comes to you about like it may not gonna happen, I wanted you to be kind of more positive and distract the negativity. And how you can distract negativity? Look at like a baby magazine. So the law of attractions, when it comes to even pregnancy, will absolutely help you. That's why, in order to be in the middle of the center of law of attractions and frequency, I wanted you to stop thinking, is it possible? Is it going to be good this way? Or if my doctor is going to say yes to it? If my partner is going to be okay? Just stop asking questions, okay? Just ask,
Okay.
receive, okay? Start even picking name of your baby boy. Start even look at the clothes. Just trying to having couple clothes of the baby around in your house, in your place. Just feel it. In order to get something that you badly want, is you have to fake it until you make it. And this is the universe connection. So if you are not fake it, you're not going to make it. You got it? So you have to
got
feel
it.
already this baby boy, and this baby boy is just coming to you because it has to. So you got it, honey?
Okay. Okay, and one more question. Right now I have temporary custody of my nephew. He's actually 3 months. I've had him since birth. And I've been going back and forth to court with his mom. I was wondering, am I going to be able to keep him, or is he going to go back to mom eventually? Or, I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep him, but I was just wondering how court's going to go in August.
Let me just look into the Pentagon for you. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Can you give me the baby name?
His name is Kevin.
Okay. Okay, well, the number 22 is appear actually on your Pentagon. That means that you are the winner. So whatever you're watching and things, you are the winner. So don't worry about it. So it sounds to be the case is going to be exactly the way as you wish and you desire for it. It shouldn't be any problem at all. And I feel really good about it. So it shouldn't be any problem at all. No, not at all. So I'm very happy for that.
Okay.
Very happy.
Okay, so that's not going to be the baby you're talking about, because he's a little boy right now and he's 3 months.
No, I'm trying to see, I'm asking directly about the court. I'm asking directly about anything that has to do with the legal action, things that may going to go well, not go well. Are you going to be good on this or not? The answer is yes. If you have anything that has to do with in law, legal, custody, anything, answer came back very positively, and yes, you will make it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. And Samantha, something else I want to ask you about is about your health. Do you recently have some neck pain or back pain, kind of like in the past maybe of 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Sometimes, like that from work, I believe it's from work.
Okay. What are you working for? What are you doing?
I'm a CNA. I work in the health field.
Okay. So, and did you ever think about to change your job or kind of like a career or doing something else?
I've thought about doing something else.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is because of two things that I see in the Pentagon of yours. Well, the first things is like there is some change and challenge for you that is very good, and I wanted you to say yes to it. It's not that someone is going to fire you or saying goodbye to you, but it sounds like that you definitely going to do something around the month of September, which I feel in sense that you have almost all the hormones and all the things around. It could be that at that time you could be pregnant as well. But I feel like sounds like you have to. It may be the pregnancy make you to do that. I don't know. It may actually you have to. So somehow, if any change comes for you around the month of September, don't be concerned and don't worry. Okay? Say yes to change, say yes to challenge because it's always going to be good. So everything gonna went very well. So that's why I feel like from now on you may gonna think, okay, maybe I have look at another places, maybe changing my career, maybe doing something else, something that you still could have the same salary, but it would be kind of much easier than what you do today.
Okay.
So this is my recommendation to you because as far as I can see, the pregnancy for you is going to happen. So that's why
good. That's good.
From now on, and then you're not getting surprised because I know that when you get pregnant, so this pregnancy for you is going to be the most important pregnancy because the baby would be the most important one because
yes.
And that's why I really feel and sense like you need to kind of like taking care of yourself as much as you can. So this is very important.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Samantha. I love you.
Thank you so much, Fiona. I appreciate it.
Baby, and for more information, my love, or private reading, you can go to avidadvice.com, and you can anytime email me by persianmedium@gmail.com. persianmedium@gmail.com.
Thank you so much.
Please just share the good news with me in the month of July. I can't wait, and I will congratulate you from now on. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Fiona.
Sweetie, you're very welcome. Okay, back to the studio, and you're guys listening to A1R, and this is Fiona, Virgin Medium. I am Power, and I have Tony. Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you so much. Sweetie, can you just give me your date of birth and also tell me about what you have in your beautiful mind and what I can do for you? And you are calling from New Jersey. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my birthday is June 3rd, 1977.
Okay, sweetie. Okay, now, shoot your question, my love. Tell me what you have in your mind, what I can do for you. Go ahead, baby.
I just want to know, as far as my job situation, how is it going to be?
Okay, so what type of situation we are talking about? So just tell me about it because I want to tap the Pentagon, and that's why I want to know explicitly what is exactly you are talking as a situation.
Well, I'm trying to get like a better position with the company, and I'm just curious to see is that going to work out because there's like a few of us trying out for the same position.
Okay. And when was the last communication you had with someone that could just give you some sort of update about that type of a position? Do you remember that? When was the last communication?
The last conversation was last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Okay. Let's just this. Well, I have a good news for you girls. As I can see, I have say almost June 10 through the June 18. that will be exactly the way as you desire and wish for when it comes to that position. There is a couple of things that they may gonna ask you, and there's a couple of things that you have to change. But this is gonna happen. Month of June is gonna be the it brought a lot of prosperities, happiness, good salaries, and even actually a good title, which you waited for a long time, and is all good. So June is your month for delivery and receiving.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
So, and now, Dottie, I would say it's so funny because when I open your Pentagon and I'm trying to look up just about your career, something else come up about, your emotion and also your personal life. So what I wanted you to, as an advice is like, sometimes you need to let go. Sometimes we don't have any power to control situation. Sometimes we can't change people because, people never going to change because it's never going to happen. But I wanted you to know that you always can change yourself and change your energies and change your circumstances. Because if you are in a circumstance of people that give you stress and anxiety and make you to feel down, well, the only choice that you have is changing them, okay? And changing those circumstances. So don't wait and don't feel that I can't do it. And don't be scared, okay? I can see that you are in emotional circumstance of worriness, anxieties, a little bit kind of concerned about a couple people. It sounds like you can see people that love you and gave you the attention that you want, and you feel like, oh my God, I give so much to that person. I did this, I did that. But you know what? Nothing happening from that person. Well, first of all, don't expect from people who not even feel and knowing you the way that you think that they know. Okay? So because the way that you feel about them is not the same way that you feel about them. Okay, so that's why no expectation. When you have expectation from anyone, the only things that will happen, you're just gonna get disappointed, and disappointment will make you to be depressed. And when you get depressed, you're just gonna feel lonely. And when you feel lonely, you feel that no one ever love you, and you are not actually a person that someone gonna value you, which is not true. Okay, so no expectation from people who may not know and not knowing about your value. Okay, and don't expect that everybody gonna give you the respect and love that you give it to them, because it's not everyone can understand about your value. Again, number two, try to change energies around. Some people is a very good to suck your energy out from your body. If you have those people around, please change your circumstances. Remember one very simple but very important thing in life. You can always change your energies, but you never can change people's energies. What you can do for yourself, if you feel that those energies is just sucking like every single positivity from your body, it's time for you to stop. It's time for you to feel. It's time for you to just think about yourself and see like, how can I do to change my energies and not be around those people and trying to be absolutely independent and don't expect anything from them, because if I do, I will get disappointed. And that's why I wanted you to do it from tonight. From tonight. No expectation, and just love yourself, be independent, and don't make yourself uncomfortable about anything, because as far as I'm concerned, I feel that you are a very strong woman. You have a personality, which is I love it. And I feel that you know what you want, which is very good. But sometimes people who they know exactly turn you down, they can really and badly turn you down. So please stay away from those people. It doesn't matter how close they are to you as a family sometimes. But the most important part is like, they are not good for you. You understand what I mean? So that's why you need to really think about yourself. And now when I tapped with that energy, you says, I know. I wanted you to tell me what is going on, because I want you to, get your anxieties and stress and negativity right now in front of me and just like shake it and then tell me what makes you to feel this way.
Well, I guess I guess my family is a great deal, like a big part of my anxiety. It's actually my brothers. I have 5 brothers. I lost my younger brother, which was like a son to me, to a DUI back 2 years ago. That has almost done the best of me. I have, and my other brothers, I have two more that's just really irresponsible, and they live in a mobile home of mine, and they don't want to pay, and and my husband gets so aggravated because it's hard for me to put my family out, and it's hard for me to tell them no. But they do nothing to help themselves or help me.
So, and is it that you have to help them financially as well, or is it that just they emotional make you? Okay. So, and is it that like, because when you financially helping someone, and especially family, the only things that you would love to is respect and love. And of course, when they're not really respecting you, not listening to you, and not loving you the way that it should, then you feel that why I'm doing it. So I have my answer to you. So you are doing this just for yourself, not for them. Remember that. When you send love, when you help them, when you're trying to be there for them, you're just doing it for yourself, not for them. When you feel this way, and when you sense this way, then you do not really need to learn about what they are doing or not doing today, okay? I understand that you still have to continue in helping those. I still have those people can't really manage themselves, both emotionally and financially, but think this way. Do how you feel to do, or how the universe or energies and frequencies and vibes telling you to do, but don't drain your energy. Don't let yourself down. Don't be hard on yourself. Stop blaming yourself. You're blaming too much. Why you are blaming yourself? None of those things that happened to your brother was your fault, okay? None of those things that may happen to your family is your fault. But of course, you're a part of the family. Yeah, you have the same DNA. You just want to do something to make everybody happy. Come on, anything happen around is not our fault. Even we are part of the family. So all I wanted you to do from now on is just stop blaming yourself. And if you are not to stop blaming yourself, you are put yourself in anxiety, and anxiety will give you depression. You see yourself now as an independent and successful businesswoman, okay, in a good career, okay, and you want to have a good title. You want to be stronger. You want to be powerful. Then, in order to be all of those that you desire and wish, you need to be nice and calm to yourself. That's why. So that's why all I wanted you to do is just remember, you came first before anybody else. It's not about selfishness. It's not about to be egoistic. It's not about because this and that. No, it's not anything to do with any ego. No, it has to do with if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not respecting yourself enough, then nobody, not even your family.
Right.
But don't drive yourself crazy because you have to. Okay? There's nothing as have to. If you feel, if you're connected to this, if you want, then you go for it. Other than that, you are not doing it. Because it's not good for your health. It's not good for your mental health. So, Tony, if I'm going to ask you a question, I would ask like, tell me one thing that you want to do tomorrow as you would love to change yourself and your attitude, and what are you going to do for tomorrow? Like tonight, with me and you talking, you understood that you have to stop blaming yourself. You need to communicate with yourself. You need to respect and just love yourself more, and that's what it is. And forgive people. Let go of things. Don't change people because people never change, but you have to change your attitude and energies. So all of those things that I told you in the past of 10 minutes, I wanted you to just explain to me, what are you going to do tomorrow? I want a new Tony. So what the new Tony is going to do tomorrow morning when she wake up?
I don't really have a clue. I mean, I'll be honest. But I don't know how to let go. Letting go to me is the hardest thing ever. So I'm not even sure how to answer that question for you.
Well, should I answer you?
Yes.
You wake up in the morning. You go to your bathroom or wherever you go, and then you look at the mirror and you're telling yourself, I love you, Tony. I'm proud of you. And I know that you can. And I wanted you to tell yourself almost every day in 1 week, every single morning, give yourself the boost of power. What you don't have right now is energies and power. That's why I wanted you to get back to that level. That's why I wanted you to have that position. That's why I wanted you to change and challenge yourself from tomorrow. Because you are going to change something in your career. You want to do something. You're going to get better. In order to get better, you have one step closer to your desires. One step closer to your dreams. How we can get one step closer to those is just feel and sense that you are who you are as you love. You forgot about yourself. You don't know even who you are. You just think that, okay, I have to do this and that for people. No, you don't. That's why you have to back with yourself. You have to feel your spirituality. You have to tap to that, and you have to understand where you are and where you are going to go and what you ever want. This is exactly what I want for tomorrow. So tomorrow is a new day for Tony. You wake up in the morning, you look at the mirror, and you're telling yourself, I love you, Tony. I'm proud of you. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will do everything what goes forward to make myself happy. Things that you heard that you absolutely expect from other to tell you and nobody told you or nobody actually ever going to tell, you telling to yourself. Your subconscious mind going to give and observe all those feelings and all those words, and then day after, week after, month after, you are stronger, you have power, you know that who you are, you're getting close to your spirituality, and you're just getting proud of yourself. That's why.
Okay.
So this is very important, and I wanted you to listen to me. And also another things that I wanted you to do, drink water, because when I feel and sense your body right now, I see that you have a dehydrated body because it seems like you are not drinking water regularly. So I wanted you to drink water more, okay? Because this is what I feel of your body, and I, feel about your energies. Drink water. Water will remove all the crazy things, all anxieties, everything from your body, because everything has hand to hand when it comes to health, mental health, and physical health. That's why I wanted you to take care of both physical and mental. And you start from tomorrow, tell yourself things that you would love to hear that your mother is going to say and she never said. Tell yourself things that you started to feel like, oh, if my brother could say, that could be awesome. Tell things that you would love to hear from your family that they never appreciated you, but you are telling to yourself and you feel and you sense them. And you will see how everything will change and challenge. So I know that. I know you can, Tony. And you can. I know that. Tell yourself there is nothing that could stop you to be successful. There is nothing that could stop you to be powerful. There is nothing that could stop you to be who you are today. And you became better and better and better every day. I promise you. Just love yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You are very welcome, Tony. It was such a pleasure to talk to you. And for more information, you can guys go to abbyadvice.com. And of course, if you guys have any problem, any issues with anything, just email me at persianmedium@gmail.com. But please understand that I can't come back to you guys like immediately. I have tons of emails that I have to respond. But be patient. I always going to respond my followers. I always going to respond my students. I always going to respond my fans. But, it takes a little bit of time, but I always going to respond.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air, Psychic Radio now on Moonstruck TV.
TV and life
Hello, and welcome back to Soul Star Radio. I'm Jacqueline Closemore. It's very nice to join you and have you there, listening in, watching, whichever it may be. I can't see the comment fields on the live feed as yet. That may happen. I'm going to have to get different camera equipment for that. But in the meantime, you can certainly call in on A1R Radio. You can also write messages on the board. And our lovely VP, Constance, who's in the background there, being an amazing lady, we'll be able to get back to you and put you in the queue. Just remember that each reader can only answer so many calls in a night or in their show. So there's a whole range of us through the evening, so do feel free to connect. You can also find me on Soul Star Radio. If you Google that, you should find the website somewhere. Just look for Jacqueline Closemore as well when you're doing that, in case you end up getting T-shirts. So today I'm taking callers. You're welcome to, once again, make contact, and we'll just see who comes in. In the meantime, what an interesting week of energy we've had. Some people can find that they're sort of questioning, like, is this a Mercury retrograde? No, it's not a Mercury retrograde. It's actually just a lot of discordant energy at the moment. So you sort of look at what's happening with Meghan Markle and Harry's wedding on this weekend, and sort of, is the father going, is not the father going, and all this sort of really difficult stuff around the family there. So what we won't do is spend a lot of time on that. We're going to give those guys a break so they can just enjoy their day. But what can happen is you can have the best laid plans and they can sort of be going awry. And so it's really important to have, I guess, patience, tolerance, avoid knee-jerk reactions, and try to, I guess, educate people who might not be showing an understanding. And if it looks like they might not be able to understand, then, you know, always have a get-out clause somewhere, or some way of getting away. I find a really good technique, which is a bit naughty, but what you can do it at a meeting if it's sort of really quite a challenging one, and, you know, and you're trying all the diplomatic nice stuff, is to actually set a phone alarm, and that, you know, it then looks like your phone's ringing. But if you put your phone on flight mode, then it can't accidentally ring in the middle of you answering and going, oh, really? I have to go now? The last thing you want is for the phone to actually ring while you're doing that. I know I'm all about being truthful, being honest, but sometimes that kind of get-out clause can actually help, and I recommend using it sometimes when you really feel the need. So sometimes what people can find when they're working in this field over a certain amount of time is that you can come across situations that are really challenging as far as conflict and as far as different people's ways of perceiving this field. And it's really important to, I guess, be really true to yourself and to work out at the very beginning of working in this field, what is my message? What am I about? You know, and people like to use the word branding, but if we look at what is uniquely you, what you stand for, that kind of is your personal brand. So if we want to get away from the commercialisation of that and just talk about, I guess, the plain speak of that, what do you stand for? What are you about? How do you like to be represented? And so that's a really important thing to define really early and stick to. Always remember that you really should feel comfortable to stick to your boundaries. Boundaries are a very important part of this work. Some people come into working as a psychic or working in the spiritual and healing fields and all this sort of thing, and they've got this idea of, great, I'm going to be away from all these negative people. And I won't have to deal with all this conflict. Well, guess what? You're probably going to need all your conflict resolution skills and certainly your boundary skills and more, because this whole field can have a lot of people without boundaries sort of either in it or coming to you that may need help with that clarity. And so that's where boundaries are really important for you to have, and to have really positive ways of dealing with, you know, any challenges that come up within the conflict of what people might perceive versus what something is. So always look for the peaceful way of doing that where possible. And if that's not possible, well, there's always that secret alarm on your phone. So just keep that in mind. You know, there's nothing wrong with being inventive. Now, we've got K-Rel in New Orleans. Heathrow, sorry, in New Orleans, Louisiana. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, and can you just pronounce your name for me so I get that right?
Keytrail.
Keytrail. Okay, thank you so much for that. It's lovely to hear from you and to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, now, was there a question you wanted to ask today, darling?
I wanted to know about love relationships. I just recently got out of a bad relationship, and I'm trying to see how the road ahead will be for me.
I feel like we're having to pick up your sense of confidence all over again, and I feel like that's going to be okay. At the moment, though, you can feel like you're still dealing with a sense of conflict within yourself about, was this right? Was that wrong? Was this the right way to do it? Should I have done it that way? Is there another way I could have said things? But it's really important for you not to blame yourself here and not to hold on to that too much. Yes, there's always something we can learn from relationships, and it's always good to do a bit of a review there and look at, okay, well, is there something I could have done better? But it's really important not to punish yourself or to, I guess, be obsessing over things like that, to keep working on your self-worth, your confidence, all these sorts of things, because I feel like that's had a bit of a battering here, if that makes sense to you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it did. It was kind of off and on situations, a sticky situation between me and that guy. We were together for maybe 12 years, but we couldn't get along at all.
Yes, absolutely. I think that you're going to just grow and grow from here. You're not going to be controlled by anyone from here on out except yourself and your own sovereignty. And I do see much better things in the future with you for that. I actually also feel like there's a whole new level of growth that's going to come through here for you on a personal, emotional and spiritual level, and a great deal more empowerment. I actually think you're going to like the sense of freedom that comes out of this, the ability to make your own decisions without having to think first, oh, is this going to be approved of, or, am I going to be in trouble for this?
Right.
Yeah, so I actually feel really good about where this is going. You're going to be able to put the best elements together, and I feel like you're going to have someone else come in your life, but the real kind of motto that I'm picking up with you is, if he's hoping to change my status from single, he better be amazing or forget it. So it sort of needs to be really good, and you need to be treated really well, or you're just not interested, if that makes sense.
Yes.
That's what I'm really picking up and feeling, and I just really am glad that you're at that point in yourself now where it's like, look, I'm happy to look at a relationship, but and so this is a really good kind of feeling I get from that, and I really like where it's going. The most important thing for you going forward as well in relationships is going to be the sense, I guess, of feeling that you've got truth going on between you as well. And you're interested in the truth, the facts, the reality of the situation, and, romance as well. But I'm talking about that ability to trust your partner and trust that what they say they mean and what they mean they say. And so that's where I'm seeing the future of your relationships going. And also that what they mean they say, but it's said in a compassionate and understanding and cooperative manner, rather than feeling like, almost like this is their expectation and you have to kind of abide by it. It's not meant to be an authoritarian regime here. It's meant to be a relationship of caring and sharing and exchanging and feeling that equality. And that's what I feel you're going towards. I don't feel that's necessarily completely what you've had there.
Right.
At times, I think certainly there's been times that you've had to raise your assertiveness in the past, just to sort of feel heard again. But I just don't feel those kinds of issues coming up in your future long-term relationship, which might be about 2 years away. But when it does come in, and that's not saying there's no dating between, it just seems to be where I'm picking up on the long-term relationship. It's like that's where it's a lot easier to actually discuss things without them becoming defensive or trying to turn back around on you, some very reasonable questions or statements that you'd be sort of making and asking here. And so, it's a really completely different way of relating in relationships in that next really long-term partnership that I'm seeing with you. So it's just a case of the moment, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy that breeze. Right. It's very refreshing, and this is going to be a lot better going forward, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you've got a beautiful heart. You just give so much, and you speak from the heart as well. And I can see how you really, it's like you reach out and you look after people around you. So be they in the community, be it someone who looks like they're struggling on the street, and you can feel that they are actually having a problem, as against maybe feeling that's not quite the case. You'll know the difference, but also, you care in your community, you care about the people around you, family, friends, etc. And you really reach out to people. So, that does get rewarded in the end. It can just be a time for you at the moment to not feel that you owe anyone anything really, except just that plain common decency and kindness that you normally emanate anyway. So, big pats on the back for you, and a lot of love your way, my dear, because, you're doing good things out there in the world.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm sending you a bundle of love, and I'll be sending you a lot of healing after this to help you on your way. And feel free to connect with me later if you wish. Just find me on Facebook with Soulstar Radio with Jacqueline. And thank you so much for your call there. What a lovely, lovely caller. It's really beautiful that we get so many people calling in that have such a big heart. And what I do on this show as well is I try to give you little tips and pointers, whether it's, whether you're actually starting to read for others, whether you're psychically opening up and aware, whether you are actually reading out in the public and, what do I do about this issue? Oh, my God. Or whether you're just working in the new age therapy sort of area, that's what I'm sort of reaching out to do. So some people are going to really relate to not just the fact that you've got that caller on the line, that they're relating to what you're saying, but also sometimes some of our listeners are going to relate to the messages that what we've got going on for you. So, everyone can kind of gain something when we're on air. So do feel free to keep connecting, and thanks once again for your call. So if you're listening out there, once again, you can call in, make contact, reach out and connect. As I was saying before about boundaries, certainly our first caller was dealing with a lot of that. So it's about being able to really learn to back yourself, and learning to back yourself starts with the small things. So backing yourself on the very small decisions, particularly if you've been in a relationship that has cut down your self-esteem or made you question and doubt yourself and become a bit indecisive. If you can start with the small things like, intuitively picking up, I really want a car space in front of the bank. And I'm just going to calmly put that out there and bang, there it is. That's manifesting. Or it can be, what do I feel is going to happen when this person turns up at the door? Do I feel they're going to be wearing this colour or this colour? Do I feel they're in a happy mood or a sad mood? And then, sure enough, you can check that out as they turn up. But I would look for the small things you can do that can be immediately confirmed, that you don't actually know the answer to straight away, but you're tuning in and getting that intuitively. So those are some of the things that you can do. You just yourself at home to build up your awareness and your ability to trust your intuition. So once again, thank you to our first caller. Now, we've also got Laura in Charleston, South Carolina. Are you there, Laura?
Yes, I am. Hello, good evening.
Hello and good evening there, Laura. Absolutely beautiful energy with you. I'm really seeing a lot of different shades of blue here with you. I'm getting very light blues through to turquoises, through to more the sort of like a sky blue, right into cobalt blues and beyond. And so I'm sort of seeing all those colours. And so there's sort of a lot of peace you're able to give people, but also it's about clear and honest communication for you. So you really like people to be very clear and honest with you. You really will take people on their word, and if they don't live up to their word, well, that's it. They don't really get another chance unless they have already found a way into your heart, in which case you might give them too many. Usually people that you've known for a long time, they're the ones who give them too many chances. But Usually people, they get the one chance with you and then, it's like, oh, all right, well, I won't trust them again. You're not going to be mean to them. You're just going to go, maybe not. Also with you, there's a deep desire for peace. And also I would wonder whether writing your thoughts down is actually therapeutic for you, just to get them out of your head onto paper and then read them and go, wow. I think that if you really work on it, you could actually be doing automatic writing. So this is channeling straight from spirit onto paper, and sort of stepping out of the way of that. And I wonder whether sometimes if you're typing things down or you're working on something that involves writing, whether there are times where you suddenly do look up and go, oh, gosh, that went quickly and look what I wrote. Yeah, I wasn't quite aware of that at the time. And, well, that looks good.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that does.
That make sense?
That actually does.
Yeah.
It very much
Yeah.
resonates, everything you've said so far.
Yeah. With that lighter blue, I once sat next to an author called Bryce Courtney, and he wrote The Power of One and a number of other amazing books. The Power of One was turned into a movie. And I sat next to him, not knowing who he was, at a book signing. Oh, God. And and he had this most amazing, gigantic light blue aura, and it actually went for like 20 metres. I'm like looking at this going, whoa. And I thought, this guy is really amazing. Oh, yeah. And you just reminded me of him and of that energy and that real sense of peace and calm. And he was a very calming dude, and so in some of those blues, when we get into that cobalt blue, that's that sense of you also being an authority figure unto yourself and really, at times having to spend time alone to get things done because people love to talk to you.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and you get more done when you're able to just decompress. You'll also be the person who goes into autopilot when there is sort of a disaster situation, and you'll experience things 3 times. First is, something's up. Boom, there it is, it happens. So that's 1, 2. The boom is, right, let's fix everything. Let's delegate. Let's get these people safe. Autopilot kicks in, and we're running on adrenaline about then. And then once everyone else is taken care of, they're safe, they're wrapped up in their bed and they've gone to sleep, that's about when you'll collapse. So all the adrenaline wears off. So sometimes for you there is a delayed reaction to events, to situations, and you are sometimes needing to, really take the time to work out how you really feel about things. And I'd be using the words, let me get back to you, when someone asks you how you are immediately after something's happened and it sort of still hasn't washed completely over you because you're still in fix-it mode. Because when you're in fix-it mode, you sort of become Superwoman and, sort of not sitting with your real energy, and then once it's all over, you're really sitting with what's left after that, and that can be really quite full on. And, there can be the desire to sort of hibernate and and not be around people because you see you really understand people so much that there is times when you need to be as far away from them as possible, just kind of in your own space in that quiet, because with all of that communication of blue, sometimes we need to not have to communicate, if that makes sense.
Yes, that absolutely makes sense. Thank you for seeing me. May I ask a question?
Please do. Go for it.
Okay, I'm wanting to know, you've pegged me. I mean, that is me. That is totally me. I'm wanting to know if you see any changes or promotions or new energy coming in my work or in my love life.
Whoop, there we go. Whoa, hang on. I'm trying to hold this card up. The Wheel of Fortune's there. And that was coming out before you finished that sentence. So I was sort of having a bit of a giggle to myself. You're having to use your mind, and you're having to really use your mind where you are at the moment. It's just because you go a bit cabin fever. If you're sort of like, yes, you need time alone, but not all the time, and you sort of don't need to be surrounded by people all the time. It needs to be a bit of both. and you need movement, flexibility, and variety. Otherwise, this ain't going to work, you know. So I do feel there's a change with work. I feel like you get to actually enjoy it. I'm actually, I've got the Sun card next to that. Then the Ace of Cups. So this is loving what you're doing. And then the Wheel of Fortune is that sense of change. So it's also often seen as, you know, the harbinger of good fortune. So good changes to fortune. And it's in the work area that this particular spread of cards is sitting. And then the Three of Cups is like celebration, man. So this is taking you off in a very new journey, and it's a lot of excitement because we started the deck, you know, this particular spread with the Tower. And that's what that's felt like. It's been kind of, at times, very heavy. A lot of upheaval, and it's not been easy. There's a crumbling down there, and there's having to rebuild. But where we're going, excited about this, the very last card in the deck, just trying to lower that. It's the full card. So this is a whole new journey. I'm excited about it. It feels a lot more positive. It feels like we're coming out into the brilliant new day, and it's very shiny. So I'm excited about that because to me it feels like you're going to be able to feel more financially secure here. It's also been really tough because you've had to be very careful financially, which is sort of signalled by this guy. Oop, there we go. And so there's been this kind of thing of feeling stuck where you are and please God, get me out of here, you know? So, so it's going to be great to get out of there. And I'm excited about that. What you have to be a bit aware of is, that's already been. There's been a lot of conflict in the work environment in the past, and it's been very long running and very exhausting. But I feel like that's the past. I don't feel like that's the future. And I feel like you've also, where you have been in the past with this, where the conflict was, it feels like you've actually learnt to deal with conflict in a different way. And I've been talking a bit through the show about boundaries, conflict, and, you know, sometimes setting your phone onto flight mode, but setting an alarm so it sounds like it's ringing, and you have to magically get out of the meeting and run. But I would use diversionary tactics like, when I get back to you, and I really have to think about that. I care about this project so much that I really need to not give you an answer right now. I have to actually consider what my best solution is for you. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back with a complete report full of lots of details on how I can best help you. And that could even be referring them to someone else. So sometimes a bit of that cheekiness can help, but, you know, you got to sort of be careful how you do that, because I used to get away with cheekiness in my last corporate posting, and I used to be able to do things that I think would get other people sacked. So you probably want to filter that through your own kind of mechanisms of what feels really right for you, how you need to present it. But I'd use a lot of, stalling techniques and tactics so that you can come back with the best answer and be really clear on it. Or the other thing is to work out your 1 hour presentation, 5 minutes preview, and 30-second, hey, I've got an idea, really concrete before you even go into that situation, so that you don't even need to use the hour because you've convinced them in the first 30 seconds.
Very nice. And do you see me staying in the current job or getting a promotion?
This is a promotion. No, this is a change to your job and your promotion.
Do you know how soon it's coming?
Timing on that is, look, it feels fairly imminent, but I'm saying within the next few months at the latest that there would be talk of that. I feel it's a lot sooner, but I'm just wanting you to stay in the relaxed position with your tray in the upright position, because there is a bit of turbulence there. There is a bit of turbulence there, and, you know, you sort of don't want your coffee out on the tray in the middle of turbulence, if you know what I mean. So we shouldn't celebrate it before it comes in case we get coffee on our lap.
Exactly. Thank you.
Never assume, because by assuming, that takes off your really nice edge that you have to how you communicate, how you deal with things. So it's just about keeping that nice, non-assuming energy that keeps you in the right space to be in the right energy to negotiate this in a better way and actually get a better pay increase, by the way. Because there's nothing like saying, when they say, so what were you thinking for that position and that role as far as income goes. And what I would do is I would think ahead and go, well, I was thinking, but hey, what do you reckon? Because I'm flexible. Yeah. And then if they look shocked, you go, well, if that's a bit too much, why don't you tell me what your ballpark is? I'm sure we can make something work. Because it shows a sense of humour, and it shows an ability to be flexible and negotiate. It shows a willing to value yourself, but to also work within the company's needs. So that can kind of work well for you if you use it the right way and the right sort of humour. You just have to, really consider who you're talking to at the time, which you should not do that with your current boss at all. Next boss, sure. No worries. Current boss, don't do that. Next boss, yes. So I'm putting that little thing in there. Then you'll be fine.
Okay.
So I hope that helps you, my dear. You rock on. You keep on doing what you're doing. And don't forget to keep your feet warm. Do they get quite cold, or is it cold there?
It's a little bit cold sometimes in my room.
And do you feel the coldness in your feet particularly?
My toes are a little cold. And my nose.
They might be a bit blue. Sorry, bad joke.
Oh my goodness.
No, just keep them warm.
Thank you so much. You've been wonderful.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Thank you for your call. Thank you, everyone. Sorry we couldn't get through to all the calls today. Catch you same bat time and channel next week. In the meantime, keep happy and smiling and patient.
Welcome to Your Time to Shine with your hosts, Darlene and Julie.
Your Time to Shine is a radio show devised to help you encompass your own divine gifts.
Yeah, and tonight, Julie and I are going to talk about an interesting topic, and it's one that we both have a little different of opinion on. So it will be really interesting and fun to talk to. So you're going to hear two different perspectives on this particular subject, and that is, are you totally the creator of your reality, or do you believe in fate and contracts? So, Julie, would you like to start with? We were talking a little bit before the show started, and would you like to share a little bit about your thoughts on the idea?
Sure. So I believe that we are born into this world, that our soul already knows what is in store for us, what has been planned, the things that we plan to do in this life. However, with that caveat, I do believe that how we get there, whether you are really privy to knowing what those soul contracts are or not, there's different ways you can get there, and there's different avenues of choice. There's not just one way to get there. So I'm not sure that I totally believe in, well, this is my destiny, because I do believe that there are choices, and that we can change that a little bit. But Darlene, I know you have a different point of view on that.
I do. And my thought is that the idea that fate controls everything is more of an older paradigm. And that is what keeps people limited in what it is that they think can happen in their lives. So if they think fate is in control, you've probably heard before that saying that, oh, it is what it is, or God will only give me what it is I can handle. And my point of view on that is we create what shows up. We create our life and what happens around us to some degree. And it's not about, in my point of view, it's not about what God gives us or sends us. We live in what's called an ask and a receive universe. So when we're asking for something, that's what's going to show up. And whether the ask is verbal through words, or if it's the energy we're emitting, that's what the universe is going to match. And when I hear that idea that we come with a soul contract and we already have an idea of what's going to happen or what's supposed to happen, to me, that doesn't make sense, because there are just way too many variables in a situation like that would have to play out in order for that to come to be an outcome. There's too many players involved, and there's also that belief where there's free will. So some people believe in soul contract but free will. So if you have everyone in your story, in your contract with free will, just one little change in someone choosing free will, going outside of what you would like to have happen, just one little ripple could change absolutely everything. So that's where I come from when I say there's just too many variables involved when we say we have this soul contract, that something is supposed to occur. However, if you talk about, like, say, a person comes in and is going to be a healer, that I can believe, and I resonate with that, because what I see happening is the word healer can mean a million different things. So that's where I see there's room to play with when someone comes in saying they have a contract to do something. But then again, there's just too many variables outside of that might keep them from living out this contract. Whether it's the family that they're born into, or circumstances outside of their family that they don't have control over. So that, yeah, it's a very different point of view. But Julie, you actually have an example of how you create your reality this week. I thought it'd be fun to share, to give people an example of how it is we can create something rather than just leaving it up to fate. So if you wanted to share that story, that would be really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. Just wanted to comment on your last point of view that, as a contract and being a healer, how that can, how you feel that can be a soul contract. And, too, I believe that we come into this world to do certain things, like you said, whether it be a healer or whatever. But also sometimes we don't always get the chance to do that. And so sometimes our contracts are not finished out 100%. So that's where you were saying that the choice, if someone makes a slight decision that's a little bit different, that's where it can alter some of your outcomes. And I do believe in that different situations can alter those outcomes depending on who's with you at the time, whether you feel someone is sending them to you or whatever. But there is that piece that can change a little bit. So my story, I will try to condense this down to a short story. I had a package that had some very personal information in it, and I was sending it off to somebody in Hawaii. And I had a tracking number and everything, so I started tracking the package. And I noticed I sent it on a Saturday, and it was supposed to be there the following Friday. And by Wednesday, I was seeing these tracking information. It just says on its way to the next destination. And the next day it said the same thing. And the next day it said the same thing. And Friday came and went, and the other person didn't get the package. And Saturday they didn't get the package. Monday they didn't get the package. So finally I went in, I looked at the tracking again, and I was like, I wonder where this facility is that this package is sitting at. So I typed it in, and I was shocked to know that my package had gone to Guam. Yes, Guam. Why it went to Guam, we have no idea. So I did have to say I went into a very small freak out because there was personal information in there that I was worried that, wow, if someone got that, they could have my identity. But then I went into, okay, wait a minute. I have my tools from Access. I have my angels, my guides. So I literally called them all in. I said, okay, you guys wanted a job because I'd been in meditation days before that. And they were like, you're not using us to our full extent. So I'm like, okay, I'm using you to your full extent. Get out there and do this job. Find this package, get it there quickly and safely. And so the next day, my husband called the post office. And here's where it gets really pretty cool. Anybody that calls the U.S. Post Office knows that you hardly ever get to talk to a real person. He got to talk to a real person. And this person actually tracked that package and called him every single day for 4 days in a row until that package was delivered. And yes, it was delivered safely on Wednesday, thank goodness. It had not been opened. Everything was safe. So in that situation, instead of going into complete panic and thinking, well, I can't do anything about it and all is lost and this is terrible, I sat down and I called in my guides and my angels and I said, go to work. And it changed the outcome because that package could still be sitting in Guam with me trying to figure out what to do with it. And, maybe it would get delivered to somebody. So it makes a big difference on how you use your tools.
Exactly. And if you can imagine then using your tools every single day,
Absolutely.
Every single choice, creating anything and everything that you'd like to have show up. Whatever your tools are, whether they're guides or angels. And part of what I see people do when they think fate is in control is just saying, oh, I guess my information was supposed to end up in Guam. Not to say everybody, but not everyone would then say, oh, wait a minute, I have control over my reality. I can now choose to do something and change what just happened. And all of our guides, all of our angels, everybody we tap into, the energy, space, and consciousness, we choose to be in that moment, which is means not to freak out. You change the course of events with that male because you chose to, include and bring in your sources.
Absolutely.
And that's just awesome. And so if you can create that, you can create absolutely anything and everything.
Absolutely.
So we had a question here. Once in a while, I'm able to see what's going on with the Facebook Live. So while we're here chatting, it's on A1R Psychic Radio Facebook Live. So sometimes my internet will let me see the questions that people are asking. And someone asked if we can explain what a contract is. So a contract, you might want to fill this in, but as far as I know what a soul contract is, before we're born, our soul chooses what it is that particular lifetime will be about. So the contract is set up so that the life is already chosen. So say like in this life, I'm here to be a healer. I am a Reiki practitioner, teacher, access consciousness, bars facilitator, and I work with people in healing sessions. I use energy work. So did I choose that before I came here? Or am I choosing the path now as I am here? So a contract is something like it's predestined, that it will already happen. Is that what you would explain as well to this person?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And that's where my point of view about how we create everything is, if we come in with a specific contract, there's just, like I said before, there's just so many variables that would change that or keep that particular contract from happening. So that's any other ideas about that subject that we can, and then we can take a caller.
Yeah, no, just briefly that, I think, when we have a soul contract and we do have free will, there's many, many directions that we can go with this. And, you can still change the outcome. You can change your soul contract, I believe, if that is what you want to do. And you can change that outcome, or you can change the direction, and maybe it still comes to that same outcome, but your path in which you have taken is a little bit different. So there's a lot of different ways and ideas that you can look at this. And Darlene and I are just bringing up different points of view so that people can make their own decisions on how they feel about this.
Right. And just one more way to end the conversation before we take a caller. I like to share with the people I work with, I like to remind them they do have control over their own life. So it's not something, you don't need to sit back and let fate take care of everything. You can step in at any point and acknowledge your potency as the creator of your own life. And that's available to you every second of every day, regardless of contracts or whatever you think the case may be. You have a choice 24/7.
Right.
So on that note, we have a caller from Houston. Marisa, you are on the line with us. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Thank you.
Night going.
Excellent. So, what are your specialties? Y'all are intuitives?
Yes, we both are.
Okay, cool. My intuition is telling me that everything is just a mess. And the reason I say that is because I am being pulled in like 90 different directions, and each one of them on their own could pan out to be something spectacular, but I'm in this place where I'm just, I don't know where to place my complete focus. Because if you have too many things going on, it's hard to maintain a laser focus on just one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's with the let's see, the new moon and the last full moon that we just had, there is a lot going on, and I've been feeling it a lot as well. I mean, one minute I'm
it's
happy.
Kind of an uneasily. It's like an uneasiness. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So that's now that we're into the new moon, that's gonna be starting to shift. So there's a lot of people that are feeling that right now, including myself. I'm up, I'm down, I'm this way, I'm that way. It's been ever since actually the first of the year. It's been really crazy shifts in energetics for me, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. But when I talk to some other mediums and other intuitives, they are all feeling the same thing.
It's very. It rattles one when it prolongs. The feeling of uneasiness for such a prolonged period of time sets my teeth on it.
Right.
So I'm afraid that I'm going to become frustrated with my current endeavor, which I've been working on for quite some time. For about 4 or 5 years, I've dedicated my life to music and reviewing music and taking photographs of rock stars and trying to make a go of that. And I've had some success with that. But there are several other things that I could be doing as well, because rock stars, they have to sleep sometime, right? That'll free up my time.
They don't sleep at all.
Sometimes I don't think they do.
Oh, yeah, they do. I promise.
There are questions that you can ask yourself. So rather than being overwhelmed by so much, you can ask yourself what it is you enjoy the most, what lights you up the most. And you don't have to pick just one. So there may be several that work together, or that can work side by side. So you can ask, what it is. What do you enjoy doing most? And how can you
I've been asking. I have been asking and asking. What the crap? Because all the time that I'm doing these things, it felt like progress. Here's a nice brick wall for you to smash into. There you go. Have fun with that. So I feel stuck. Like I'm unable to ascend to the next level.
Right. Julie, you look like you're picking up something.
I feel like that these brick walls that you're running into are to make you stop and think, is this really what I want to do? Is this really worthwhile? And then you say, yeah, it is, and you continue on, and then you go. I really do feel like you are trying. You've got too many things going on, most definitely, and you need to get really clear on like Darlene said, what lights you up. So if you say,
it all does. I mean, how can writing about rock stars and hanging out with them not light you up inside?
Right.
I create art that always lights me up. But it's something brand new that I haven't expanded upon because I've always felt photography and real fine art were not really the same thing.
Well, they are the same thing, but I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to put so much focus on each one of these things. I think that if it's the photography and everything that lights you up, you need to focus more on that. If you like the art, there's no reason why you can't do that. But maybe do that as a side, as a side thing, but really focus on that one thing. I get the feeling that the photography, I mean, I'm getting big thumbs up right now. That's what I'm seeing.
I sure as heck hope so, man. I've been working my ass off. Excuse my language.
Yeah, and that's, I can see that. But I think what you need to do, I think what is happening is you're getting so worried that you're not going to get to where you want to get with the photography that you start pulling in all these other ideas. And so the universe is going, oh, she wants to be a photographer and do these rock stars and everything. Great, let's give her that. Oh, wait a minute. She's now saying she wants to do art. Okay, let's give her some art. Oh, wait, now she says that she wants to do this. Oh, okay, well, let's give her that. So you need to be very, very clear on what it is that you want, because the universe will give you exactly what you ask for. And if you're here and you're there and you're over there, they're going to follow and they're going to say, oh, she wants more of that. Oh, she wants more of that. So you just need to get really clear on what it is that you want.
Yeah, during the new moon, I did my manifestation ritual, and I was very specific, and I wrote it down on paper, and then I meditated, and then I went out, and then I did the ritual, and I felt like I got a little bit of clarity, but it's probably just a head injury I got photographing a band last week, but I've just been feeling really damn out of sorts. But then again, a 185-pound man comes jumping on your head. It's going to do stuff to you, right?
Right.
I had such static on that evening from that. It wasn't the injury that gave me static. I was just receiving a lot of static that night. It was like as if the universe was like, you have to go, but we're not going to let you do it very easily or nice at all. So I got whiplash. And then I was actually thrown out of a photography pit because I had no photo pass, but the tour manager did not provide them. So it was like walking around in circles, and I felt like, my husband got mad at me. He's like, you're doing these silly things, you silly woman. Go out and get a normal job like a normal person.
Right.
And I'm like,
we are coming down to the end of our show. If you go to Your Time to Shine on our page, we can continue the conversation with you and see if we can help you get some clarity.
Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, and also, if we're looking at something like that situation, where is it that she's limiting herself? So think about that. And when you're asking the universe for what it is you'd like to have, be the energy of it. Be the energy of what that would be if you had it. And then the universe is able to match it more easily. So we have 30 seconds left tonight. Julie and I would like to invite you to our website. It's yourintuitivementors.com. And we have some special gifts over there and an opportunity to email us for readings and work with us. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we will see you again next Thursday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining us on Your Time to Shine.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful week this week. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on energetically. So a lot of people are going through a lot of things. And it's really part of the process. And we as light workers, any energy healers, anything like that, we're familiar with this. And so I am familiar with kind of what's going on and how to assist you. So that's what I am here to help you with in any way that I can. So the name of the show is Energetic Alchemy, and the reason for that is everything is energy. I work energetically with people all over the world, and so I am here to help you as well. And I'm going to be taking a caller today, and just a little helpful hint with this. When we're working on something, if you've got an issue going on, it works for you too. If you kind of intend for it to help with whatever you have going on, it'll help do some clearing and healing around that for you. So I've had amazing results, been getting amazing messages from people about the shows, them watching the shows, and it has helped them so much, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm so happy that this is helping. So that's the intention, that it help you, and just be open to receive, and it will definitely help you out there. So I am happy that like I said, that this is working out. And always go to, if you have any questions about me, if you want to talk with me about anything that I do, you can contact me. Go to my website, ChristyWarnick.com. You can check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/ChristyWarnick1. Christy Warnick and the number 1. And so I have with me here Judy. So she's in Kansas, and I just want to welcome Judy to the show. Hello, Judy.
Hello, Miss Christy. How are you today?
I am good. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. How can I help you today? What's going on?
Well, I've been having this issue with my arms, like my hands go to sleep on me in the middle of the night, and sometimes when I'm working on the computer, I don't know if that's anything you can work with or not.
Yeah, anything can energetically be worked with, and if we need to do something further, I'll let you know. Is there anything else going on that might come up during this that is another priority for you as well? We can kind of work on a couple of things and see what we can do.
Well, something I personally have been working with an issue. It's getting worse as I'm getting older. It's called clutter. And I didn't used to be cluttery, but I am now like my grandma. And I'm trying really hard to work on that. So I don't know if that's something that's a family tradition or if something I can clear to stop doing that.
Okay, so let's start with any type of health issue. I'm testing that's going to be your priority for today, and then and if we have time within the 20 minutes that we have, basically, we will get to as much as we can possibly with this. Okay, so first of all, I always like to start all of my shows off with doing just a generalized overall clearing for any energies in or inside, around, or really that are unwanted, unneeded, or unwelcome that can be removed at this time, whether they be negative energies or any other energies that just don't belong. We're just going to ask that those be cleared out. So I usually do mind, body, soul, and spirit, all levels, all layers, all bodies, inside and out, all around, and just do a generalized clearing around that. And that's just sending out anything that is not of the light, that doesn't belong. So I like to create a kind of a sacred space here so that you know that I'm fully connected to that highest source, and we only allow in what is of the highest light to help with this, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And we'll just do inside and out and all around your home or the space that you're in, all the way down to the center of the earth, as far around as possible and as far up as possible, clearing out any and all spaces. All right. St. Germain's been coming in pretty strong for me this week, so he's definitely ready to assist with this today. So we'll just bring in that violet flame. All right. Okay, so let's check and see what, as far as your issues with your hands or your arms kind of going numb, like when you're sleeping or you sit at the computer, things like that. So let's see, from a 0 to a 10, 10 being completely healthy, okay? So we're going to do it that way. 10 being completely healthy. So where are you at on that scale of 0 to 10 with that being the issue? So we'll have a starting point. We want that to be a 10 out of 10, completely healthy for you. So let's see where you're at.
At night, I would say it's a 7.
Okay, so
on
let's see.
other times during computer work or something, I would say it's 3.
Okay,
no,
so
wait, that's the other way around.
Yeah.
No, the other way around. A 3 during the night, because that's work, and a 7 is just off and on the computer. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. So yeah, we want it to be a 10 out of 10, completely healthy. Sometimes I do it the opposite way, but I don't know. I was just guided to do it that way today. So let's see. So you're at it overall, so that we have a starting point here. So 10 being completely healthy, you're at a, with that to do, everything to do with that. You're at a 5, let's see, 6. Between a 5.5 and a 6. So that's, okay, so how to get that to like 100%, a 10 out of 10, what is the priority for you with that? So let's see. And like I said, anyone that is watching or listening in with this, if you have something going on, you can just ask and intend for these energies to help you as well. So let's see. What is the priority? Something to remove. What is that? Leaves? No. Programs? Yes. Emotions? Yes. Something else? No. Okay, so there are some subconscious programs and any other kind of programs? No. Subconscious programs and some emotions that are actually involved in that. So it's creating, and I'm seeing that it's kind of connected in with the, like the, on your back, the cervical area, but it's a little bit lower than that. So it's the lower cervicals and the thoracic area. And I just want to go ahead and let everyone know I am not a medical doctor. I do not diagnose. I just happen to know some about the body because I've worked on myself for years and have healed so much. So that's just something that I've learned over years. So, all right. So I'm sensing that it's kind of going there. So there's like something a little bit energetic going on there. So that's what I look into is energetically. So, all right. Let's see. To resolve this, something to remove the programs. How many programs? Let's see. Less than 10? No. Less than 15? Yes. 14 programs, and then there's some emotions. So let's see, are any of those programs serving you at this time? They are. No, they're not. Can they all be removed at this time without knowing what they are? Need to know how many. 2. Okay, so the others can be removed at this time. Is this true? Yes. Okay, so we're there's 8 of them. No, let's see. Okay, so any and all that are not serving you, truly not serving you, we're just going to ask that those be removed and resolved on all levels now. So this will work for anyone else that has anything going on, that has any types of beliefs or programs that are no longer serving you. So this will just kind of clear out some of that for you. Okay, so removing, resolving on all levels, those. Now, I just want to ask, if anyone is open to receive this, any and all beneficial frequencies or energies for speed healing, instant healing, miraculous healing, even divine healing, and any other, like I said, frequencies or codes or energies that are beneficial for you that can come in at this time. I'm just going to ask that those be downloaded, integrated, and activated now. So it kind of can speed up the healing process and especially with energy healing. So we're just going to ask that those come in. Okay. All right. So let me clear out those, ask for those to be cleared out, those programs. And the two that we might need to know something about, let's ask, once these others are cleared out, do we truly need to know about those other two? No, need to know about one of them. Yeah, one of them. Okay, so after these are cleared out, it's only one that's going to be left over that would need to know something about. So is it something to do with an emotion? No. Something to do with healing? No. Something to do with almost like a stressful situation. Is it anything to do with work? No. Something to do with like life being hard or work being harder or just things being harder than they really need to be or should be is kind of what I'm sensing with that. So I'm just going to ask that anything to do with having to or needing to work hard. Of course, you want to put forth effort and take actions and working is good and all of that, but it doesn't always have to be hard. Those are just some old programming from growing up, and you have to work hard in order to make money. You have to do this or that when you can really do your best, and it doesn't have to be hard always. Okay, so there's some programming and beliefs around that. So I'm going to ask that those be removed and resolved on all levels. Does that kind of resonate with you? Something maybe that you feel you may have had or believed or heard at any point in time?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really, yeah, I think so.
And like I said, it's not really something that you may believe in now, but it may have been something that you've heard, or maybe something that even some programming that has come in that you were maybe even born with, believe it or not. So, yeah, so we're just going to clear out any of those that are not serving you. And just bringing in any that would make things a little bit easier, especially when it comes to healing, when it comes to earning money, when it comes to abundance and prosperity, things like that. Things can be a little bit easier, without being like really hard. So we're just going to ask that that be corrected. Okay. I'm just going to ask that any and all downloads that will help to resolve this for you. There are some frequencies and some new beliefs that are wanting to come in to do with healing and to do with abundance, prosperity. Okay, so those are the main ones that are wanting to come in at this time. So I'm going to ask that those be downloaded, integrated, and activated. Any and all that are for your highest and best good. Just bringing those in. And any and all that help with emotional release, releasing any and all emotions that are no longer serving you. I can ask for those frequencies to be downloaded, integrated, and activated now. We're just going to clear out any and all emotions, hidden emotions, any other kinds of emotions, known and unknown, said and unsaid. We're just going to ask that those be released now that are affecting this for you. Clearing those out. So if you'll just take some deep breaths. And just let go and release. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that all of your systems and subsystems are fully downloaded, integrated, and activated. Okay, that they're all aligned, they're all balanced together. We have emotional release. There's like an emotional release system, emotional detox system. So there's all kinds of emotional systems. I just want to make sure that all of those are functioning properly for you. That you have all the healthy blueprints for all of those as well. Okay. Okay, so out of a 10, 10 being that completely healthy for you, where are we at now?
I'm feeling really light, and I feel like there was like a real release of a cloud that was over my being that I didn't know was there. So I would say 9, 10. I feel good.
It's about a 9.4 now out of 10, 10 being the best. So I'm just going to ask, and I'm sensing that there's still some emotions being released now. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to ask that continue to be working, that they continue to work on that, any and all of the that highest source, or any and all of your divine beings that you believe in, that you invite in. We're just going to ask that those continue to assist with that. And I just want to check on is there anything to do with cluttering that's maybe inherited for you in any way? No. Any type of what is causing, creating, or contributing to that for you at this time? Is it something that can be created? No. Canceled? No. Removed? Yes. Beliefs? No. Programs? Yes. Emotions? No. Something else? Yes. Thought patterns? Okay, so there you go. Something else? No. Thought patterns. Thought patterns are something, it just runs over and over again in your mind. So let me ask, is this in any way generational, or was passed down in any way from like ancestors or anything like that? Yes, it was. So you're kind of right on that, as far as, you sense that it may have come from a family member or in their habits and things like that. So I'm just going to ask that be those to be removed, resolved, and healed completely. Any and all thought forms that are not serving you, that can be removed and resolved and healed at this time, that have anything to do with any of these things that you've mentioned tonight. We're just going to ask that those be taken care of now. Clearing that out quickly and effortlessly with ease and grace. Just take some breaths and just let that go. We're just clearing. There's some emotions connected to that as well, as far as the thought patterns themselves. We're just going to ask that those be cleared out, and we're just going to cut any and all cords, ties, tethers, hook, strings, or anything else like that that is in any way holding things in, or holding on to energies that are no longer beneficial for you. We're going to ask that those be cleared out. All holes filled with love and light. Okay. I'm going to ask that any non-beneficial, non-productive habits or behaviors or anything like that, or really kind of those urges, like to do with the clutter or anything like that, I'm just going to ask that those be canceled and removed now. And we're going to bring in productive. We're just going to ask that whatever is for your highest and best good, as far as habits and things like that, that you have productive and beneficial ones, that those are downloaded, integrated, and activated energetically for you. So it might be more of the opposite of that. So you would want to, the healthy habit of, maybe cleaning or getting, being okay with letting go of the clutter and things like that. So we're just going to ask that any and all that are most beneficial to come in. Bring in those energies. Bring up any energies throughout your back. I'm just going to ask your hara line, which runs down the center of your body. I'm just going to make sure that that energy is cleared and cleansed and flowing. Okay. And let's see. I'm going to make sure that your spirit access portal is fully opened and cleared so that your spirit can be more fully in your body. And that'll actually help with some of any numbness and things, because your spirit will be more fully in your body. And so you will actually, it really assists with kind of clearing out the energies, but it assists with you being more present, more grounded, and also just that it feels safer and that it can fully be in your body, kind of more welcomed, I guess you would say. So we're just going to invite your spirit to be more fully in your body, all the way down to the tips of your fingers, tips of your toes, all the way fully in. I'm going to invite that in. Ask that you be connected, that you be aligned, that be aligned and balanced, mind, body, soul, and spirit in the highest and best way. Okay. So how are you doing now?
When you said that, I got a feeling that, I don't know where this came from, but I got a feeling that maybe that was it. Maybe I was like trying to leave my body at night. Is that weird?
Well, now, at night, the spirit does sometimes travel some along with your astral body, and that's okay. But during the day, you really want it to be fully in your body. But with your spirit access portal open, you can actually, invite your spirit and ask that it stay more in your body, even at night. And so that's something that you can kind of have that communication there. And really kind of talk to it and let it know that it's welcome even when you're sleeping, and ask, and really call in any and all of your, like I said, your divine teams, whether it be your guides or your guardian angels or your higher self, to really to help to assist you at night when you're sleeping as well. You can do that. And so I just want to make sure that all of your guides and guardian angels and any and all light beings around you, I call them the divine teams, just going to make sure that they're all really, truly serving you in the highest and best way. Any that are not, we're just going to ask that we're just going to thank them, and we're going to ask that they move on, and we're going to invite in those that do help you and serve you in the highest and best way, that are fully aligned with that highest source, okay? That way you have that state, that feeling of being safe at night when you're sleeping, and you can fully be in your body when you're sleeping, if you choose to be. And I feel that that's really going to help you at night. And also working with the computer, you can ask that you energetically, that your frequency automatically adjust more to the computer. And that might actually help you some with as far as energetically with any types of electronics and computers. So, all right. So let me see where you're at energetically as far as the arms and the hands that you mentioned. Out of a 10, 10 being where we want it to be 100%. 9 point. Well, it's about a 9.9. So that's pretty good, and it's still processing. So we're just going to let all that kind of settle in. And please let me know how you're doing after the show, and maybe in the morning how you slept last night, if that was helpful for you during the night. And I'd be happy to hear back from you.
Well, thank you so much, and I love listening to your show.
Okay, and I'm just going to wrap you around and surround you in cocoon you in a white light, and just put you in a calming bubble, a healing bubble at this time. and ask that all of this continue to be resolved, okay?
Thank you so much. I hope
All
this
right.
helps others as well.
Yes, it was meant for anyone watching, and it'll be on the replay too. So if you want to go back and actually get even more clearings and more healing with this, that would be beneficial for you as well. So that'll be posted tomorrow morning, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and let me know how you're doing with that, okay?
I will.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you all for being here and joining me again this week. I do hope this was helpful for you. Go back and watch the replays of the previous shows. I've gotten so many messages and comments, and I'm so grateful for those. So happy that it was helpful for you, and that it continues. I've uploaded all of these to my YouTube channel, and feel free to subscribe to that. I need I think it's 15 more subscribers so I can really personalize my YouTube URL. So go there and feel free to subscribe to that, and you can have access to all of my videos. There's plenty of them there. They all have different kinds of energy healings and clearings and different messages with card readings and things like that. Be sure to tune in to my Facebook page, facebook.com/ChristyWarnick1, and I'll be doing some other shows throughout the week. Not here, but on either my Facebook page or I have other pages that I do those from, and I welcome you to join me. So I look forward to having you all back again next week. I will be working with someone each week, and I look forward to you all joining me. And like I said, go to ChristyWarnick.com if you feel that you have something specific that you would like to work with me on. I'm happy to help you, and you can schedule a session there. So you can go to my sessions tab, and there's programs and sessions there that are available, and I look forward to connecting with you all. Thank you so much for being here. See you all again next week, and have a great week and weekend. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark. Thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio Now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hello and welcome to Wren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I'm your hostess, psychic medium Mary Beth Wren. It is Wednesday Night Live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 o'clock Pacific. I am broadcasting from my home in Kannapolis, North Carolina, and I'm kind of noticing that I just literally ran from a business meeting at a store we call The Frog, but it's a yogurt bar. It's called Sweet Frog, but we call it The Frog. And so, like I said, I'm broadcasting live at my studio, hence the wacky packages in the back. You got to laugh at life, man. Anyhow, I want to give a quick shout out to Tabitha in Tennessee. Tabitha, I will be joining you very shortly on Xbox Live as we will explore the War Mind of D2. And if anybody has no idea what I'm talking about, we are gamers, and we like to play the Destiny 2 program or game, even though it's a little grindy, we know. But Tabitha, I'll be joining you shortly. And, of course, Shelby, who is right now in the chat room at Ask One Radio Network, fielding your questions. And if you want to find out about how to get a reading with me or find out about events that I might be putting on or going on or hosting or being invited to, just go to the Ask One Radio Network chat room, talk to Shelby. She's under my icon, I understand. Or you can go to www.marybethwren.com. That's I can't spell my last name. WRENN. I told you, Shelby, there's something in the yogurt. As soon as I started eating the salted caramel, chocolate, vanilla with all types of treats on it, my mind went kaput. So, anyway, allergies are driving me nuts in North Carolina. Let's see. We have event. Oh, shocking. I don't have an event this weekend. Yay. I just booked another Messages from the Other Side gallery in July. June 23rd, for all those listening, I'm sold out. So Edson Davidson, sold out. July 28th, 7 seats left. That might sell out too. I mean, it will, not might. I sell these really limited seating galleries, so it ups the chances for people making the connection. Sometimes I get galleries of 65 plus people or 100 something people, and obviously the lower the chances for getting a connection. So what I do with these really small events, and 14 seats total, and we have a lot of fun. So a quick shout out to all the people who were in last week's gallery, and a quick news announcement. But the book, The Good Morning, and that's Good Morning, Mouring, like morning of grief. Good Morning. The Good Morning book will be available in approximately 3 weeks. I'm so sorry, guys. I have allergies. So that will be available on the website, and we will also be making a special push for pre-sales. So again, make sure you're on the newsletter, check the website, call my office, Google. I'm all over the map. Anyway, you know what? Enough about me. Let's get into the good stuff. You. Tonight, I want to bring to the microphone, we have got Ruth in Dublin, Ireland. Boy, you're staying up late. Hello, good evening, good morning to you in Dublin.
How are you? How's it going?
Oh, fantastic. It's what? Let's see, +5, +8, 1 o'clock in the morning-ish?
Yes, it's after 1. Yes, it's after 1.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
What can I do for you, Ruth?
I just would love a reading, really, to be honest. I'd love to hear from somebody in particular that passed away a long time ago now.
Okay. They say no more for me, okay? As a medium, I don't really need much information from the living, other than you would like to make a connection to the other side. I have a very strong impression of a masculine energy to you. In fact, it was so strong, I thought maybe you had broken up with someone. So that's why when you said, well, I'd like to make a connection to someone on the other side, I immediately am going to this masculine energy. However, I do feel like I want to acknowledge your mom. Now, your mom may still be alive, but for some reason, this masculine energy is pulling towards your mother. And so that makes me think, and maybe it's not a boyfriend, maybe it's a brother. Unless your boyfriend loved your mom just like she loved him like her own son, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I feel like I'm supposed to say to you the name Ken, K-E-N. It could be Kenneth, Ken, something that rhymes with Ken. Ben, I'm pushing on that. But I want to say a K. Kenneth, Ken, Kyle, Chris, K. I got a K sound.
Okay.
That I don't want you to expose your middle name. I mean, not last name, so don't say that. But I feel like I still have to acknowledge the K sound to the man that I'm speaking with. Now, I feel like this is a loss that seemed quick. And I hope that doesn't mean he was murdered or was a suicide, but it feels to me as if it had been I get a heavy sadness energy to it. Okay, hold on. Does this make sense to you? Why do I want to tell you to stop smoking? Did this man get on your case about smoking?
Yeah.
Okay, well, got news for you. Even from the other side, they're haunting you. Stop smoking.
Oh, God.
I feel like that was an issue with you. I mean, issue with him. And I now want to say to you the age of 53, 5'3", unless May 3rd or March 5th is a date to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as I'm looking for a message from him, because what he's doing with me is he's establishing who he is to you, or establishing who he is to me. All right. So in other words, I'm meeting him for the first time on the other side.
Okay.
I look, this sounds weird, but I feel like I have to say Baskerville. What, the Hounds of Baskerville? What is that? Yeah, an old novel in the mystery world. But could it be Basketville? Baskerville? What is with the B-A-S?
No,
Basker.
I know you were saying you don't want me to tell you too much, but I think it's my grandfather.
Okay. Why do you say that?
The K related to him would be my grandmother, who's also passed, is Kathleen.
Okay. Now, I feel like I have
and
to
he
say...
loves to watch horror movies.
Oh, okay. Hounds of Baskerville's an ancient classic.
Yeah.
Like a spooky, more like an intellectual horror movie instead of a chop 'em and chopping 'em, slop 'em, or you kill 'em, we chill 'em type
yeah.
Okay. Now, I also want to say that this man is connected to your mom. So I feel it's a maternal grandfather, or that I feel like I have to acknowledge your mother.
Yeah, it's for father.
I still feel like I'm supposed to acknowledge your mom for some reason. So I feel like the message is going to your mom.
Okay.
And I feel like they're saying to her, you were the beloved daughter we didn't have. I hope you understand this, but I feel like, why am I getting the impression of only child? I don't know if she has any brothers or sisters. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk on you. What?
That's me, only child, yeah.
I see. Because they're embracing you, but I think they're embracing your mom as if to say, okay, like you're the daughter they never had. So this is a very, very close-knit family. Now, I have to ask you this question, and usually I don't ask questions on mediumship unless the spirit world is trying to get a message across. Who tried to commit suicide but failed? Thank God they failed at that. Who tried to harm?
Me.
Okay, thank God you really... It's radio, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm really glad you're really bad at that. Starts with an S. Sounds like duck. And I'm glad you really bad at that. Okay. I know it's radio.
Yeah, we use that word a lot in Ireland.
Good.
A lot.
Because I got to tell you, your loved ones on the other side are telling you that there's a purpose for you more than you know. And you're being way too hard donkey butt on your side. I don't know if I can say bad words because I think we broadcast on real AM, FM radio. So I'm being good, Dave. I'm being good. But coming back into your energy field, the spirit world is turning this message around for you. Okay? So sure, I could talk to them about their past life, which would be with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's your grandmother. She says, why talk about our past lives? Our lives are with our granddaughter. So you're not alone, my friend. You may think you're alone, but you're not. And I want to tell you something that I love to tell a lot of my clients, especially when I work at large galleries and events. And it's a story that I got from Zig Ziglar, the speaker. So I'm going to give credit where credit belongs. It's a story about a man who died and went to God. And God took him down to the hell floor. And so they went down this elevator, opened the door up, and this man walks out. He thinks he's going to see the devil and fire, brimstone, and everything. But instead, he sees this large banquet table, lots of food, and he runs over to the people, and he looks at these people, and they are sad, and they're depressed. This man notices that these people have 4-foot poles strapped to their wrists. And at the end of the 4-foot pole is silverware, and they're trying to feed themselves. Unfortunately, the food is in their hair, on their shoulders, and on the floor, but not in their mouth. So the man says, okay, I get it. This is hell. So then God says, come on, puts the man on the elevator and goes up to the heaven floor. And the man walks out, and he's expecting to see the pearly white gates. And instead, he sees the same people. It's the same banquet, same music, same food. He walks over to that table, and he sees the 4-foot poles strapped to their wrist with the silverware at the end of the wrist. But the thing is, he sees people smiling, and they're happy, and they're being fed because they're feeding each other. Your grandmother and your grandfather are reaching out to you, and it's your job to remain open so that you can receive the loving messages that they're giving you, because there's a huge purpose in your life. And I'm so forever grateful that you are really bad at messing up your life.
Yeah, God, yeah.
But
I'm really bad.
That there's an absolute reason why you came through on this reading, this day, at this point. Nothing is such that is coincidence. I want to tell you happy birthday, by the way. I don't know if the 15th of May means something to you, the 15th, but your grandmother and your grandfather's energy, more so your grandmother, is saying the 15th of May, or saying something about a birthday this month. Do you understand that?
This month. Yeah, a birthday is past this month. It's not my birthday, though.
I see it as a 5, so I feel like I should say 5-5. May 5th, May 15th, May 25th, May something like that.
Okay. Yeah, a friend of mine passed away in May, a few years ago now, though.
Headache, really, really strong headache. So if this person passed away, it could be, God forbid, a gunshot, or it could be something to do with an injury to the head or a stroke. But I'm getting a very strong sensation of a headache. Huh?
Injury to the head, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Did he die on May 5th? Why am I seeing 5-5?
No, she.
Oh, she?
No. He didn't.
Do you know if she died over upset being with a boyfriend? There's a strong thought. She's sending thoughts about a boyfriend to me.
Yeah.
All right. If it's not May 5th, I wonder if it's May 3rd. Okay. I'm stuck on May.
She passed in March.
Oh, was it March 5th?
No.
Okay. I must be psychically dyslexic tonight because she is showing me 5.
Okay.
She's also making me feel like, that's the weirdest vision. I just saw her say Mickey. No. She's showing me the image, Mickey Mouse. Now, does that mean she has a sense of humor? Does that mean she's an actress? Does it mean that she went to Florida? I don't know what the Mickey Mouse sensation would mean.
Okay.
But unless she's trying to tell me that MM means something. Mary Maureen, an M, double M. Okay, hold on. You're getting a double treat today. I got a feeling you're going to get the reading for the entire night. But that's fine by me. You get a free reading. If the spirit world wants to stay, they roll the show. We don't. They do. So, I feel like I'm supposed to say MM. Like her name could be Mary, Maureen, Michelle, M. May I just ask you, what is her first name?
Lorna.
She's still showing me an M. And let me tune in this. Why are you showing me double M's? I feel like you have
her grandmother's name was Mamie.
Who? What is
her grandmother's name was Mamie.
Thank you. I'm like, why am I feeling like I'm supposed to say MM? And your grandmother is talking to you with your grandfather. So her grandmother is holding the energy so that she can communicate through. I think that is so beautiful.
Wow, that's amazing, yeah.
And now I'm going to ask Lorna if she has a message for you. Okay, she does. She says, my pain no longer hurts anymore, and it has nothing to do with the death. So I think the pain is emotional. God forbid she drank a lot. But did she have stomach problems? Ruth, did she have bad stomach? She's telling me that she had terrible stomach pain that did not kill her, but it was worse than the passing, worse than the dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting code numbers again. I'm seeing 127. It could be anything from January 27th to an address. Just seeing these numbers.
Okay.
There she goes with it. Look, I'd play lottery if they have it in Ireland. Hey, United States, I'm getting codes.
They do, yeah.
Go play triple and box it straight. You never know.
Okay.
Let's see. Lorna's pointing at her eyes. She says, glasses? Does this make sense to you? Did you just get a new pair of glasses for eyesight?
Me? No. I need to get my eyes checked, maybe.
Maybe get checked. I think she's pointing at glasses. Unless you've got her glasses or you have her sunglasses, she's mentioning glasses. I don't think she means glasses unless she worked at a pub and she's talking about glasses. But I'm thinking this.
Oh, she wished she worked at a pub.
Maybe her heaven is a pub.
Maybe it probably is. I don't know.
Look, she could get drunk and then and let the angels drive her home to her cloud. All right. Her message to you, she says, don't be sad. And then she says, Donnie. Donnie? Donald? Donnie? Is this a boyfriend name?
I can think of. No.
Look, if you have to think that hard, I don't think you have a boyfriend named Donnie. So
No, me? No, I don't. No, definitely not. No.
Okay. Don't overthink it. Sometimes the name Don could be the word John. If I were 1,000%, you know what I mean? It's what I'm saying is mediumship is not exactly an exact science. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Ruth, I feel like the spirit world made you pick up the phone to call in, and you got me. And I feel like this is a gift to you for your life. Now, I feel also that I'm supposed to say to you, a singer, or you write a book, or that you're going to be talking about Lorna's story. So, communicate her memoir or to her story. Honey, I got another message. I'm supposed to acknowledge the woman. She's alive, so it could be your mom or you, with the foot, arch, ankle, not ankles, heel. It's heel, arch, foot, left side. I don't know if it's plantar fasciitis I'm picking up on, or if somebody has diabetes. I feel like I'm supposed to say it's a living person who has this health issue. Do you understand it?
Okay. No.
All right, it's on the arch. I want to say heel or arch, left side. They're pushing on the word arch. So I'm thinking I might be picking up on a last name. Archer, Arch, Archibald. I'm reaching. But I'll let that go. So my job is not to overanalyze or I'll get in the way. Ruth, I got to tell you, I really love the energies of your grandmothers and Lorna's Maymay. Lorna's Maymay. I feel like a nurse. I feel like I'm supposed to say she's a nurse or your grandmother was a nurse. Anyway, my energy is beginning to kind of phase out, so I know that I'm getting near the end. So, Ruth, thank you so much for calling.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. And I do look forward to hearing from you again in the future. And while I've got the time left on my show, as many people have just saw how I work, I don't work like other psychic mediums. I don't necessarily need to know whom you want to speak to. It, in fact, throws me off if you tell me whom you want to speak to. Who runs the show is them, not us. So if you come to me and say, like, you want to talk to your mother, and she just passed away 3 days ago, I'm just saying hypothetically, what will happen is you will get the spirit of somebody who has been dead longer, because that person who's been dead longer is the person carrying her energy. That person could have met her at the pearly white gates, if they're pearly white gates, and is their, so to speak, dorm host, if you will, or chaperone, until that spirit is ready to stand on their own. For example, let's say you had a 90-year-old grandmother who passed away a week ago. But then let's say you knew a friend who unfortunately had a miscarriage and that child didn't make it. That baby, unfortunately, let's say a child who was already born 2 to 3 years old may have had a tragic experience and they died 18 years ago. Well, they're not 2 years old on the other side. In fact, there's really no sense of age. However, that 2-year-old is older, if you will, than the 90-year-old who just died. So what will happen is I'll get the older present first before I get the young person. It's just me. Maybe other mediums work differently. That's how I work. And I just let the spirit world talk. That's why with me, you can't order it like a pizza joint. I can't order up your pepperoni, pizza, and cheese. You may ask for pepperoni, pizza, and cheese. You might end up with ham and pineapple. I just want to let you know that. Anyway, thank you for letting me educate you in the ways of the medium. I appreciate you watching and listening to Wren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I'm your hostess, psychic medium, Mary Beth Wren. I can be reached at www.marybethwren, WRENN, like a bird with 2 wings, WRENN.com. Ruth, quick shout out to Dublin. Have a beautiful evening and morning. And for everybody else, thank you very much and have a great night. Don't forget, reality is what you make it. Make sure you make it the very best. I'll see you next week.
Welcome back to Soulstar Radio. I'm Jacqueline Closemore and I am joined by a rather tall man. It's our resident Gandalf. Yes. Gandalf. Definitely not a hobbit though. No. This is Dr. Anthony. He's our resident doctor at Soulstar Radio and we're at Whittlesea Chinese Medicine Clinic, which he is the principal and director of. And sometimes I'm here doing readings as well. Rather love this place. It's got a lovely heater and it's very cold in Melbourne outside. But we're talking about the element of wood today, which of course is spring, which we're not in here in Melbourne, but it is in America.
We're actually going the wrong way.
All the right way.
All the right way, yes. No, wood is the element of spring. You know, growth, nurturing, the gallbladder, liver meridian. The colour green is the most common colour. You see it in a patient's face.
It's not easy being green.
It is. Ask Kermit.
Yes.
Or ask Miss Peggy.
Well.
And when you assess a patient to work out what element they are, when a wood person speaks to you, they're very they shout.
Yes.
They're very loud.
Yes, they are.
And they want to be heard.
Oh my God.
And it's their way on the highway.
Oh.
Not like a wood element where they'll just penetrate and get in underlying ways.
What do people just erode on you?
A bit like rust.
Yes.
No disrespect to water
Oxidisation.
people.
We love you, water people.
We love you, water people. But today it's all about wood.
Wood.
So wood is wood is new. Wood is growth. Wood is spring. Wood is the new season. So it's about almost like rebirthing you. Wood's a beautiful element. It's probably the most common element in the Chinese constitution that we deal with. Wood's the most common. If you ask me to break down the others, I can't remember. But I know wood is it's probably like 60, 70% of patients are in the wood. Then I think it's earth. Earth element are the most common. Wood element people are very soulful, very nurturing people, but they are quite loud. Water element people are very loud as well, but the wood seems to shout.
Yes.
They've got quite a shout to them when they speak, and it's their way.
Oh.
Or not.
I also find them rather anxious.
They are, because that's the gallbladder and liver meridian that's invoked.
Gung-ho?
Gung-ho and angry. They get angry very, very easily, often fly off the handle and not know why they do that.
Yes.
That's because they're not controlling their anger. There are beautiful people, the wood people. In fact, all completely different. So, yeah, what else would you like to know about the wood? Nature, nurturing, moving forward, optimism, cheating on my notes, are all things. It's like the seed, it's a growth. So you planted the seed in winter, it's been dormant, and come through spring, it then bursts open and grows. And that's what America's going through at the moment.
Yes.
Is they're coming into their spring.
Yeah, regrowth, rebirth, and a whole new way of doing things. Some of which may be positive and some just confusing.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and we get that, yes. But this is about newness.
Yes.
Like I keep saying, it's a rebirth. We don't rebirth. It's a rebirthing. It's a out of hibernation. Hello world, I'm here. It's spring, and I love it.
Indeed. So there needs to be sort of a flexibility with wood, because if it gets too dry, it becomes brittle and snap. But if it's supple, like the branch is supple, then...
So new wood. Wood is very rigid, of course, particularly the harder woods, and patients can be like that themselves. They can be fixed and inflexible in their thinking and their ability to heal themselves because they've got a fixed set. And as practitioners, we unclog that and we open them up and let them go for it. Anger, as I said before, anger is the most common thing with is the emotion around a wood client, and it's the one we have to treat the most, is to control their anger. And of course, it's the liver gallbladder meridian. So we needle both those meridians to clear any blockages, remove any PTSD blockage points, and off they go. Happy little wood people.
Indeed.
Like Pinocchio.
And so when we're looking at them and we're sort of looking at, say, a complexion, is it the sort of, I think you said before, the green tinge just above the skin?
Green tinge just above the skin, which sounds weird when you look at a human and go, they're not green. But when you do a workshop of this and the practitioner or the lecturer sections the group up into their elements, it is very distinct.
Yes.
It's when you know what you're looking for, it actually stands out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually a fire element, so I have a redness about me, and the water has like a shine above them. It almost looks like they need a bath.
Yes.
No disrespect to them, but it's like that haze over their face. But the wood ones, they have a green tinge to them. I think earth is yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Yeah,
they have a yellowy tinge to them, which is spleen. So, yeah, very, very interesting element to be is the young old wood.
Yes, rather exciting stuff. What sort of exercises, say meditatively, do you think they could do? Because there tends to be, with the flightiness of that, it's sort of like, can you get them to sit still?
Well, a wood element is not, even though wood is stationary, often a wood element person isn't stationary. So it's like pushing it uphill. They can be difficult to treat in that way. And we have to kind of unblock that. I like to use kidney 1 or kidney 2. Big grounding, unblock point, and gallbladder, do 20 on top of the head to push them out of the head, and kidney 1 on the bottom to push them up out. And between the two of them, the flexibility comes back in.
Yeah. Liking that. All right. Now we have Our first caller. Are you ready?
I'm going for it.
Okay.
I have a pen.
He has his pen. I have a magic pen too. We have Melissa in Macedon, New York, USA. Are you there, Melissa? Hello, Melissa.
No.
We can't hear Melissa.
I can't hear Melissa either. Okay, next.
Next. That's okay. So with Wood, we're dealing with vision and sight more than the other sort of senses, do you think?
Very much so. Sound is one of the biggest with the Wood element. So often they can't hear properly or don't hear what they want to hear.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Which is hilarious because of what just happened.
Correct. So Melissa's a Wood element. We haven't met the young lady yet.
Loving that. Are you there, Melissa? Still trying. It's interesting because
Hello, can you hear me?
There we are.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the show for calling in there.
What was that?
Class today?
Yes. I'm having a very hard connection here.
He's having trouble hearing us.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Did you want to ask a question today, darling?
Yes, I do. My gentleman that I've been seeing for the past almost 7 months. What's going on with our relationship? I mean, does he love me? Does he, he gets in these moods where he can't handle it, and then he's like, okay, well, I just want my stuff back. But then, his actions, like he surprised me at work today. He showed up. He took me out to lunch. I'm like, you had all day to tell me this. Are you just having a bad night or something?
What I really get there with this is it does feel very inconsistent. We sometimes are getting different answers from him, is what you're saying. But what I also got told was he can't handle the truth, or someone's not being able to handle the truth here. In some ways, it's just really important to know that it's not just how someone acts when everything's going well, it's also how someone acts in times of stress or challenge. And so grace under stress is courage, and, I would sort of more look to that as a quality to look in a partner rather than this sort of up and down kind of there 1 minute and not there the next as being kind of important to look for here, rather than, I guess, okay, well, he's here now, I'll take this on face value right now, which is why you're feeling that kind of frustration there. But, yeah, I would sort of look to more the consistent effort, the consistent statements, rather than this on-again, off-again type of behaviour is how I'm sort of wanting to start this off. But, Dr. Anthony, you were sort of getting a lot there.
Oh, I'm just making a few notes.
Yes.
He sounds controlling.
Very.
Very much so. And no commitment.
Yeah.
Is that right, Melissa? Or just picking that up?
Relate to that, Melissa?
What was that?
Can you relate?
Well,
having commitment?
Yes, because he's been hurt really, really bad. He doesn't believe that, or he doesn't feel that he's deserving of being loved. Okay. And once he gets close to me, he's like he pulls back.
Yeah, it's not your fault. And with my caution here, and why I sort of felt concerned as soon as you started talking about he's been...
You want me to get him?
This happened or that happened, is if we're making excuses for him and making excuses for his behaviour, that's what really worries and concerns me here, because some people can use those excuses but not actually address the underlying behaviour, the underlying concern, anxiety, or whatever's really going on here. And some people will use that as a tactic to avoid dealing with you in that moment, and instead patterning the behaviour off the past and their past relationships. So I really want you to look at the actions matching the words, look at his level of interest, consistent, healthy pursuit of you, rather than an on-again, off-again kind of thing here. because otherwise it's really not helpful to your self-esteem, your sense of well-being, and you're instead bending your will too much. So in a way being too flexible for someone who's not being flexible at all.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
It's like, yeah, it does. I don't know if I should try to work on the relationship or, he knows I love him. And I think he does me, even though he says no. And I just, what does the future hold? I mean, this is something that, because I truly believe that there's a reason why people are put in each other's paths.
Yeah, definitely, and it's not always the reason we think. Sometimes it's also about the boundary lessons we can learn there. And I guess the most important message I have for you today is to love yourself first, not last. That's what I would really say there. Did you want to add something there?
No, I think you've got it covered. Yep. What I see, it's all her and not him.
Yep.
Like she's trying to make it happen and he's not committing.
Yes, it takes two to make a relationship work.
Correct. That's the word I'm probably trying to say.
Yeah. And it's interesting because talking about Wood, my husband used to talk about marriage as often when people get married even, what can happen is you say I do and then they kind of are like two pot plants. Love is like two pot plants. And some people just sit opposite ends of the corner and they don't fertilise and grow and water it, and they're two dead sticks at the end of the day just doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Whereas other couples, they're two pot plants, they stay together, they talk together, they fertilise, they nourish, and the actual branches start growing into each other, mm-hmm. and it becomes the one plant, and it's very harmonious, very fertile, and very loving, and it stays alive. Mm-hmm. So it's a constant work with the two of you, not the one of you, and it just felt like in that relationship situation, there's only room for one ego in that relationship, but it's certainly not hers.
Yes.
And that's my concern there. So I hope that helps you and gives you a different perspective, Melissa, even though it's definitely not what you wanted to hear. We certainly wish you the very best with it, and we'll send healing, love and light to you after this. If you wish to ask for further clarification afterwards, you can connect to Soulstar Radio with Jacqueline on Facebook. Or just go to Soulstar Radio on Google and you'll find us. But that is our message for you. Now, we've also got another caller and a little bit of time left. We've got Christy in Hudson, Florida. Are you there, Christy?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thank you, darling. Lovely to hear from you and take your call. Was there a question you wanted to ask us today, darling?
Yes, actually. I really don't even know how to, it's kind of embarrassing, but anyway, I'm having problems, I guess, with relationships. Not recently, it's been almost 2 years. My boyfriend broke up with me and left me for somebody else, like, in an instant, and I can't seem to get over it.
I think...
and I want to.
Understandable. What you can do, and this is an exercise for anyone at home listening that's having trouble breaking away from a toxic connection, or just even something you just, all right, this is no longer helpful or healthy for me, I don't need to be part of this, I don't need to contribute to this or be toxic in it as well. So you can sort of look at it both ways. There's an exercise that you can do where, in ritual we often use rhyming. Because it becomes a circular mantra and it goes around and it builds the energy until it becomes really quite strong. And so a thing that you can say is, I end all cycles, I close all doors between myself and Bit forevermore. So Bit is who they are, their name, and you just say that round and round and round. And this is simply to disengage from them. This is not to, oh, they're evil. Oh, I'm an angel. I'm an angel. Did you know I'm an angel? Because, we're all human. We've got faults. So let's just go, righto, just closing the door here. And what you can do while you're doing that is, if you can imagine yourself, and then there's a perspex, bulletproof wall in front of you, between you and them. And what you can do is send back to them anything of their energy that you've still got, that you're still holding on to. Whether it's a resentment, whether it's something you miss about them, send that through and you can just imagine a hole opening up in the perspex, and you're sending through anything of theirs that's still attached to you. You're letting it go. Anything of yours that's stuck to that, you just dropping down on this side of the perspex, goes through back to them. So then you close the perspex again, and you own what's yours, and then you do the same thing in reverse, where you bring back anything of yours from their side of the wall and bring that through. Anything of theirs on their side of the wall drops down, stays with them, and the rest comes through to you. You then close that perspex up again, own all that's yours, set them free with love. But then you also say, you keep saying that, I end all cycles, I close all doors between myself and then forevermore. And what we're doing with the hand is we're imagining the hand becoming larger, and it becomes a great big white hand, like, the football and basketball, big gigantic hands. They can be really big, and you literally are wiping that perspex into white until it's so solid you can't hear them, you can't feel them, and you're sending them away with love, but detachment, and you're detaching from them, and that's a ritual you can do. You could even do that in the bath with some rose petals, some cinnamon, and possibly a bit of nutmeg, and if you've got cloves. But I put the roses in for nurturing. I'm using the other ones for letting go and endings, and even a bit of star anise, because that just helps to clear it in a whole different way. It's adding the energy of Jupiter and sort of a sense of prosperity and good luck. But we then, we could do that ritual in the bath. You could do that in the woods, wherever you feel comfortable. But in a bath, in this kind of situation, you would make sure you let the bath water run out before you step out of the bath at the end of it. So just hold on to the sides, really good. But that's just a ritual you can do to let go if other things haven't worked. And any time after that your thoughts of them come up, what you can do is send a quick thought of healing, love and light, and then disconnection each time they come up, because sometimes the other person can be quite nostalgic. Still thinking of you. A minute ago. So off air. So they can still be thinking of you. The thing is not to engage with that. The thing is to go, all right, sending you away with love and light. I'm getting back on my path. Anything you wanted to add to that, Tony?
Just work on yourself. Let go and just move on. It was him, not you. You're taking it too much to heart.
Yeah.
Just let it. I don't know what happened. It's between you and him. You just need to let it go, because it's actually dragging you back.
Yeah. That makes sense for you?
Yes, it does. I mean, I've been trying, and it's just, I mean, I never see him, so, which is a good thing, and I know that helps. But it's just like, I don't know, nostalgia does get to me sometimes, because I remember seeing this, and it's like, oh my God, I remember when, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Look to the future, not
look to the future, let go of the past. But if you're having trouble letting go of the past, try the ritual out, because that can really help sever any cords that are stuck or reforming. You can sever those and just get back on your path. You can even imagine simply helicopter blades going around the outside of you, clearing away any cords that don't need to be there, and just freeing your energy up. So I hope that helps you and give you some ideas on how to work with that energy.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Absolutely welcome. Absolutely beautiful call.
No, it was a lovely call, that one. And the poor lady's beating herself up over something that was probably out of control.
Yep.
Because he was the one that left her.
Yes.
And I get how she would take that, or the partner would take that quite hard. But poor Christy's beaten herself up over something that she had no control over. And of course, you do take that personally, and she has. We see this a lot in clinic.
Oh yeah.
We do this. The Shen, the point here is a de-stressing point right there. Up here, yin tang, liver 3, de-stress the liver, de-stress the gallbladder, just rebalance the body. Do 20 top of the head, take them out of the head, and just do some lovely heart nurturing points on Christy, because she is taking it bad, and it's not her fault.
No.
And she's got to move forward, let it go, stop looking backwards, look forwards, and just work with it.
It's often the case with those sorts of situations where there's been some toxicity and, they've tried their heart out and they just can't comprehend, the blowout of all of this.
Exactly.
And there's been usually quite a bit of control during the relationship anyway. And so they're starting to hang on, do I know what I know anymore? And there's all this second guessing and doubting. And indecisiveness that can come through. And it's like, I used to have a brain, where did it go? Yeah. That can be coming up too when you're going through, a breakup where someone's been quite controlling of you. So it's just, working on that, rebuilding your confidence it can't be stated enough.
Exactly right. And of course that will and does impact on a patient's health. For a start, their Shen's disturbed or their mind's disturbed, so it becomes sleep disturbance. And we all know when you don't get a good night's sleep, how crap we feel the next day. Although having said that, I've learned a new trick, that if you don't have a good night's sleep and you repeat to yourself all through the day, I slept crap, you will feel crap all day.
Yep.
So what you do is, even if you've had a bad night's sleep, you convince yourself you had the best night's sleep ever and you'll have an amazing day. Now, I've done this the past few weeks because I've got a dog that gets me up in the middle of the night. And I'm so tired and I've got to go to clinic and work. I don't say that anymore. I go, I had a great sleep and I'm fantastic. I can be exhausted by the end of the day. Oh, yeah. But the persona or what you push out to your patients is you're well rested and ready to operate as a practitioner.
It's a bit like I saw a plant that they had an experiment going where one plant was bullied.
Yes.
And one plant was loved and told complimentary things. And, of course, the complimented plant went, whoa, yeah. And the bullied plant went,
oh, no.
And it just actually, it actually drooped.
I've seen the same thing done about 30 years ago with music, playing classical music to a plant and then playing death metal to a plant. And, of course, you can imagine what happened to the death metal plant.
Yeah.
It wasn't overly happy.
No.
And the Bach plant, the plant listening to classical music, did exactly what the unbullied plant did.
Yeah.
And just flourished.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fascinating.
And we've got a lot of water in us, just like plants do.
Correct.
So it's still that element of, you've seen the Dr. Emoto, experiments on crystalline parts of water, like it's on the microscope.
Yeah.
So what you put out there towards yourself and what you're allowing to be put towards you does have that effect.
Correct. Exactly right. And so that's how we have to watch as humans, as practitioners, what we're projecting and what do our patients pick up. So absolutely correct.
Loving that. Well,
very much so.
Rather fantastic having you back on today.
Yeah.
And
thank you for having me.
Oh, it's been fantastic talking. And I was laughing because the wood was not hearing at first.
Yes.
Yes, that's very relevant. Exactly. We like that. So what element are we on to next time?
I think we might move into fire, which is the summer element. Red, laughter, joy. And relationships is the biggest one with fire. I'm a fire.
Yes.
So you either have joy, happy fire or sad fire. And again, that's in voice. They laugh a lot.
Beautiful. Loving that.
We hide by laughter. Very good.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. I look forward to catching up with you next month, which in the US probably will be almost summer.
Will be, very much so.
So we're looking forward to that. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Sorry for the people we couldn't get through to on the phone. Thank you for our two callers and also to our lovely producer, who's a really fun guy. He should do a Mexican hat dance after this. We'll catch you same bat time, same bat channel next week. In the meantime, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
To the Medium Garuda show on A1R Psychic Radio. The subject of this week's introduction was quite a challenge to find, but I have found a nice one. This week I want to talk about the love, finding true love. Normally it's the most common that a difficulty we have faced in our life finding true love. Well, and I am a very lucky man to have a beautiful and lovely wife. But there are many people out there struggling with the love of their life. There are several reasons why people are facing problems getting the right connection with their loved one. And why? Let's see. The person you love is still in a relationship, or having issues with his past, or having personal issues, or needs to be more responsible in life. What happens when you are in contact with such a person where the love connection is incredibly strong? Well, the contact you have with such a person can be very difficult because of attract and reject behavior. There can be no connection at all for some time. A connection with this person who still lives in his past, so to say. The most difficult is how to handle such situations, stay strong, and move on. But if you get mixed signals or no signals at all, how can you continue trusting things will be going well in the end? And we have another situation. How about people who are trying to find the love of their life? Many times I also get confronted with people who are alone for many years and waiting for that special someone entering their life. How can you continue believing in the fact that you will not grow old totally alone? Well, let's face it. There is not only one love of your life on this planet. That means out of all those people, there is more chance to find that specific person with which you can grow old. But of course, your personal environment will have a strong opinion about how you should react or handle in such situations. Like waiting for that specific person or searching for that specific person. Don't let yourself be distracted by these external influences. Then you are listening to something of which is not yourself. First, you must believe in yourself and listen to your intuition. Many friends or family will advise you to move on with your life and let go of that person you are waiting for. But when you're waiting for a person, you need to go out to search to the person you want to grow old with. Well, and letting go of something which is in your heart is impossible.